Yo, what's up? We are live, guys. Welcome back to JayKetchumTCG. Of course, Pokemon investing is always the topic. And if you've seen the thumbnail, it says market crash, right? There is no impending market crash. A little bit of clickbait, especially just it's really been because I keep hearing people talk about the market crash. I keep hearing people say that the 30th is trash, that it's meh, like it's mid. Like, come on. I'm tired of it. I think you guys should really be tired of it. I think it's enough. I think it's enough. It's so crazy what we've been experiencing in the past few years now, and people have been saying for the past few years that things was going to crash. There are guys, whether there are guys that are somewhat friendly with me. We're not the greatest of friends, but we know each other through YouTube, and they'll hop on here and tell me that you know, I forgot what was the last thing. I'll be smoking my cigar while everything crashes. So it's so funny, all the hate that the 30th is getting. Now, one thing that I will say about the 30th is that I do believe it is going to get insanely cheap after the actual 30th anniversary does pass. Right. Once we come into this bear market, whenever it is, like I think it's going to be really expensive at first, but it's going to be around for a while and it will probably not appreciate up until 2035 or sorry, in the next 5 years, 2031. What am I saying? 35. The third because it's the 35th anniversary, but that's when I think that something will actually happen with that set. But up until then, whoever buys in now, that's going to be a long ride, a long flat ride of stagnation throughout things are going to happen. It's going to fluctuate, but I don't think it's going to do anything crazy at all. So there's going to be no rush to really get that sealed product to hold. I think the play is going to be grading, right? That's going to be the instant play when it comes to all those cards, whether it be the Rayquaza in there, the Prime Gengar, which I absolutely love, the Crystal Lugia, like so many good cards in there. The Lapras that's in there is pretty cool. All those Pikachu's. Chris Silva from Brooklyn. What is going on, man? What's up, brother? Welcome to the stream, man. Welcome, welcome. How you doing today, man? How are you doing? Hope everything is going well. Had to do a little bit of the clickbait today, as you can see, which everybody does. I'm probably one of the people that does it the least, like the absolute least. Like I don't even remember when was the last time I clickbaited, but I was like, I've seen several videos today already where people keep bringing up crashing and when they think the crash is going to happen. Like, why are we even discussing this right now when the market is the way it is? Like the way that it has been blowing up, it's insane for people to even be making that a discussion. We're nowhere close for things to be crashing. Historically, when the other anniversary sets came around, you know, maybe things did crash at the time, but I don't see that happening right now. Like the way that Pokemon has set everything up, the way that they didn't overprint, whether it was a choice of theirs, like or not, like whether it was intentional or not, it doesn't matter to me in reality. Um, the truth is that it is what it is, and it's something everybody's really got to live with, whether you are an investor or a reseller, whatever it is, or you're just a collector. Maybe it's something that you just simply have to live with. It's not a choice whether or not to live with it. You could sit out and do nothing, but yeah, that's really all you can do, right? Like it's just crazy. You're tapped in from Harlem, not watching the Nick game. Nah, I'm not actually. You know why? I, I'll be honest. This is why I like how Streamyard has changed some things here. Um, your logo is popping up real big on the screen, and I'm actually loving that. The reason why is because I'm so involved with Pokemon that I actually forgot about the game. Matter of fact, I'm about to put it on my phone, just to have it on the side so I could look over and see the score once in a while. But I'm not even kidding. I'm so involved with Pokemon. I'm always thinking about Pokemon. I'm always looking at plays. I'm always looking at the potential of me like actually buying something. And so, for that reason, I really forgot. Like I really did. I'm looking it up on my phone right now. Where is this thing? Where's this game at? Oh, here we go. I don't know. A lot of people think, I don't know. A lot of people think that the Knicks are going to win game one and then lose it all. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know. But it is what it is. Listen, the Knicks have disappointed me enough in the past, like a lot. It's cool. I didn't even know you were from New York, though. Nice to see you from Harlem. That's what's up. Adro, what is going on, bro? What's up, man? Welcome to the stream. I saw the price list meme for TCG 30th, and it had Lugia at 2,500. Lugia, I said it before, and I'm going to say it again. I think that's going to be the most valuable card. Second to that will probably be the Gengar Prime, but absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. I think that the 30th is going to have a lot of grading potential. That's really what's going to be with the 30th. Just grading. Outside of that, I don't think that it's going to be too hot. When it comes to the sealed product, I don't expect that thing to be moving whatsoever. I'm not going to be focused on that at all when it comes to that. In reality, like if I can pick up some MSRP things and rip, great. But outside of that, I'm not. I'm going to be looking at the Rayquaza set and whatever comes after that. And whatever plays come around. If there's something available that I do like that I'm going to look into, like one thing that may be possible is this summer lull, right? Things are slowing down. People are buying a little bit less, you know, but that could be for several things. I know a lot of people are talking about that specific thing right now, but in reality, we don't know why. Um, but one of the reasons that I feel like it could be is because everything has gotten so expensive, and everything, the moment it comes out and releases, it becomes incredibly expensive. So people don't acknowledge that part right there, and that's probably one of the most important parts. Just looking at, for example, like Chaos Rising, right? MSRP is 160. The box is sitting at 237 right now. And it did pull back because there was a sale at, like, I think it was 180. There were some sales at 186 and 210. So I guess somebody's just throwing it up on the site. Maybe they're trying to develop their reputation on TCG Player. I don't know what they're doing or why they would list it for that low, because you could just easily list it on eBay and it'll sell. You don't need reputation on eBay to sell right now. Right now, everything is just easily selling on eBay. So it didn't make any sense. But outside of that, market is 237 for a box. Like, let me just, I'm talking about it. We might as well show it. Where do you go? No, that's not what I want. Here we go. So Chaos Rising, right? Sitting at 237. Most recently sold though 245, and anything you see listed after that, right? This is once again no sales whatsoever. Still selling at 245, 244, 3 plus the 241, and now we're rising 245, 246, right? 246 again. 245 is what you're really paying for the box. It makes people not spend as much as they possibly could. Right, you're looking at a box that's maybe sitting at 300, like any other box. At any other time when there was a bear market, you could have bought two, right? And then if you would have bought two, it would have looked like double the sales, right? So instead of 46 items sold right here on the 3rd, which was today, it would have said 90, two? Double that if everybody was able to buy at MSRP, maybe, if they could justify it, because some people would, and now we're not there, right? Destined Rivals, it's not an argument, right? We know Destined Rivals is the best Scarlet and Violet set, right? But now at $600, at 600, it makes it so much harder for people to buy. If we ignored the Mayhem event, what does this look like in the past month? Mayhem event, we sold 30 boxes, 154 in the month, and boxes here started taking off just a tad bit in the beginning of May, and then everything else just diminished. Look, 2, 6, 3, 9. This is something that we're not used to seeing with Destined Rivals. But looking at the chart, at the 1-year chart, you're watching price rises, but you're watching sales by volume in general just diminish. It's less and less as we move forward. It's just so expensive. Destined Rivals is desperately in need of a reprint. Will we get one? Who the hell knows? That's the worst part, right? Nobody actually knows. Today we were supposed to have Walmart. The site crashed. I don't know what happened. I have a feeling the bots crashed it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just refreshing to see if it comes back up. 17 sold. What do you mean? No, that's something else. Gem packs. That's something else. But Walmart Wednesday crashed. The site crashed. These were the list, the links, right? And you try to, there was a Destin Rivals ETB link, no longer here. This right here alone tells you like where the market is. The market's crashing? No. The market is literally in lack of opportunities. That's the problem. The market is lacking opportunities, and for that reason, they're not buying too much. Now, the Chaos Rising being at 245, the newest thing, it's going to continue to sell. I think it's actually going to do well. I think the Greninja, I haven't seen what the Greninja's selling for. Let's see, real quick. Near mint, I just want to double check. 419 market price. Most recently sold at 404, and the listings are right there at 400. Not bad at all for this card. I think it's a really, really nice card. I really do. It's really vibrant. The color is really nice. I can only imagine what it looks like in hand. This thing must look amazing in hand. So, you know, it's moving at 400. What is it in a 10? Let's go to price chart and let's look up Mega Greninja. Mega Greninja. It's wow, $2,687 in the 10, guys. The 10 sold listings aren't here. There was one sold on the 29th for $3,000. Oh, it's the pop report here on the, let's see, original listing pop report. 26 10s out of 41 submissions. Not bad. Well over 50% gem rate right there. So that's that. At least you know it gems really well. But still, that's an insane number for this card. It's a great card though. Really good card. I think it's going to do exactly what Twilight Masquerade did. It's going to keep pushing the set. So, you know, just things like that. Like we're looking at a set that everybody calls mid because it's a small set. It seems like every set that's a small set is a mid set now. You know, every set that comes out that's not as big as everybody else wanted it to be is mid these days. You know, if it's not something as large, because Ascended Heroes was actually pretty damn big. If it's not something like Ascended Heroes being deep or Mega Evolution deep, because it was pretty deep as well, you know, it gets trashed. Look at Phantasmal Flames. It's hot now, right? Phantasmal Flames is incredibly hot now at $452. But guys, tell me how much you remember Phantasmal getting trashed, like absolutely trashed left and right. Everyone kept talking about it. You know, not that I'm special in any way, but I was literally one of the very few content creators that were actually saying good things about the set. And it was sitting at what, 200 in December, right? And look at that. Nobody was buying. And nobody was buying because, you know, content creators have a lot more power than they think. Look, low 200s, 212, 247 until it started kicking back up with the Charizard rising in value. You know, content creators have a lot more power than they think, and they were trashing this set and nobody was buying, which is insane. They were selling at 200 and look where we're at now, $450 something. But doesn't change the fact that what I said is true. Sets that are smaller just get trashed, absolutely trashed. We've seen that in many other in any other era almost. You know, Journey Together, it's not a bad set, but it's a small set. The Top Chase of the Little Clefairy, even though it has the cute factor in it, people aren't valuing it that much. It is just over $100, like at 131. The Salamence isn't bad. It has some decent IRs, but it is a small set, right? So people aren't valuing it that much. Even though the booster box, I think it's like 270 still. And this is what I mean. Like, look at where we are in the market. You know, I keep hearing things about a crash. Mimic Brew made a video about it, even though he commented saying that he doesn't think there's a crash coming. And you know, other people I've seen as well, it's just like, I'm thinking like, what makes you believe that this is a rather, like, is it worth having that conversation right now? This market is so insane. DJ, what up, man? What up? What up? Look how StreamYard changed this thing down here. It makes the comments look real cool. Pokebonks, what's up, man? How you doing, brother? How are you doing? Welcome to the stream, guys. Just decided to stream. I know I streamed yesterday. I said, you know what? I released a video. Let me stream, see what it does, see who stops by, see if we have a good time, and that's it, you know? I'm always looking for reasons to just hop on here and just hang out. But yeah, just right now, having a discussion about this impending crash. People keep talking about what's going to happen after the 30th and stuff like that, but I don't see that happening at all. I'll tell you what, give us another big set. Give us another set with at the size of Ascended Heroes. It doesn't have to be Ascended. Give us that size with that many SIRs and that many illustration rares, or even Mega Evolution. Yeah, you'll see things pop off again real quick. But who knows? Like the next biggest opportunity right now is really Black Bull and White Flare. Do we want it to crash? It depends on who we is, because one thing that I've really noticed you know, is that we really are divided, you know, regardless of how I would rather that not be. Like I'm not, like I say it all the time, I'm not against the collectors. I'm not against the guys that want to talk about the art. Do you like enjoy it? Uh, you know, I would always tell somebody to do the things that they love, that they actually enjoy. But people hate us for doing what we want to do. So the hobby's really divided, between the investors, sometimes even the resellers create their own little pocket, the collectors, those that appreciate the art, um, because we all in reality appreciate the art. The reason why we can value these things and we know what's valuable is because we can appreciate the art. We can determine what looks good or what doesn't, just as good as any other collector, especially if you are somebody who actually loves this space, right? And so it's just it's crazy. I don't know. For me, all right, so for me, it's good either way. If it crashes, I can buy and take advantage of opportunities that I didn't have before, right? If it doesn't crash, then whatever I have keeps rising. I keep on continuing to find opportunities within the hobby, even if it's opportunities that some people don't find to be opportunities. Like everybody right now is like Ascended Heroes, maybe Destined Rivals. And it looks like people want to forget about Prismatic, but they can't because Prismatic is there and it's S tier regardless of what anyone says. But then I'll look for other opportunities. I will start talking about Black Bolt and White Flare, even though Black Bolt and White Flare, I'm thinking about buying because I ripped whatever I've had before, like I had, and then I ripped it. My only issue with Black Bull and White Flare, for me in particular, is that the ETBs in general, ETBs just take up much more room than booster boxes and booster bundles do. That is my real problem with Black Bull and White Flare. My only problem. My only problem. And I really would like to have a case of each. I think market for White Flare, which is crazy. Um, I think it's similar to. Let me just double check. What is the case sitting at? Market is it says 1,000, but it's being listed at 19, almost 2,000. It's being listed at 2,000. What is Black Bolt being listed at? And I'm only saying this because as I shop around, I see a big discrepancy between the listings. Black Bolt Elite Trainer Box is actually listed for 1,900 right now. It's probably 2,000. That's probably a BS one with just 10 regular ETBs together. So I'm not even going to check it. But I would say 2,000 is really what I'm seeing for Black Bolt as well. So both of them at 2,000 for the case. As I shop around, I have found White Flare for like 15 or 1,600 for the case. So if you shop around, you can find the discrepancy there because White Flare doesn't move as well as Black Bolt. But either way, like finding opportunities in the market like Black Bolt and White Flare are great. For me, it's just a room issue. Like I've been stacking on some SPCs. Now I have 2 SPC cases. I have 2 Prismatic ETB cases. I've been buying, I got a Chaos Rising booster box case. I pre-ordered a Pitch Black one. I picked up some Surging Sparks booster boxes, Destined Rivals, Silver Tempest, Lost Origin. This is like within the last month. And so room starts to really, really be an issue. So that's the only thing that's really making me not buy Black Bolt and White Flare. It's literally the only thing because I have to consider room. What are you going to do if you have no room? It's impossible. You can't just go ahead and start buying and just start stacking your living room, and making these boxes your couch. But that's literally the only thing for me at all. So if you're talking to me, do I want it to crash? The real answer for me is that I'm good either way. If you're talking to a collector, they want it to crash. Not only do they want it to crash, they want us to like lose our homes. Like they think that we're buying with credit cards and we're in debt, to the point where if we, I don't know, lose out on it, if we have like a correction where it's everything's gone, which is not the case for me in particular. But collectors just want us to crash and burn. I remember seeing this video not too long ago about this guy that had like a rip and ship, and he was doing well. And I forgot what country he was in because he wasn't in this country, and he had a whole bunch of sealed product there, and he just had his rip and ship, and it was doing well, and he had a fire, and everything burned. And people in the comments were like celebrating this guy's stuff burning. That is like an ultimate Pokemon low. Like people just are low. They just really are. And it's crazy to see it get there, you know? But yeah, that's where I'm at with that. Concept, what is going on, man? What's good with you, man? I'm good. I'm great, actually, if anything. A little tired. It is 9:30. I decided to hop on a little late after making a video, but I'm doing well, bro. I cannot complain. I've been having a great day. I've been having a great week, in all honesty. I had a great weekend, and it's just going, you know, and I'm just hoping that it just continues. Fender, what's going on, man? Welcome to the stream. Tell me how it's going to crash in the dawn of the 30th products. I'm not. Well, I think you just heard what I said. I don't think it's going to crash. The thumbnail, for those of you that are here, is clickbait because I keep seeing people talk about the crash. Mimic Ruben a video about it. A few other people have made different posts and videos about the impending crash after the 30th and how the 30th is going to pull down the market, and that, you know, that the same thing happened the last time with the 25th celebrations and things like that. I do not think one bit that it's going to crash. It was just clickbait, my brother. And in case you're upset with me with clickbait, I am literally one of the very few content creators that doesn't do clickbait. This is probably my very, very first time ever actually doing a clickbait video, or not video, just a thumbnail for a stream, but not a thing I normally do. It was really just for fun. I don't think anybody should be believing that there's a crash coming. And to be honest, it's not about the 30th products, Fender. In reality, people are going to flock to that, right? It is going to be expensive at first, but it's not going to be valuable until years have passed. So personally, for me, I'm not even focusing on the 30th. If I can buy some things at MSRP, I will. If I can grade at the time, I will for sure. That Lugia, like so many cards, like almost every single card there is worth grading. Almost every single one. Especially if you get them instantly. Like if you know, if you're me, for example, okay, not if you're me. This is what I'm going to do. If I can get the product cheap, I'm ripping right away. If I can get the product cheap, I'm going to say it again, I'm ripping right away. I am instantly putting that in front of any submission, PSA submission order that I have. That's literally going to take the front seat. It's going to go out right away. Crystal Lugia, the Gengar Prime, the Shining Celebi, the Rayquaza, every damn thing that I can grade from celebrations, it's automatically getting graded. That's what I'm doing. That is what I'm doing. So no, I don't think it's going to crash, but the 30th is not going to be worth holding for me. I don't think, at least. I'm going to focus on holding the Rayquaza set, but I will grade the hell out of it. Crash just means I get to hold longer and buy at a discount. Let's go back to November. Yeah, November was a good time. November, that's what I'm saying. November for me, like, I wasn't liquid at the time, right? But I wish I could have been buying, because if you're thinking about what I'm buying at these prices right now, I probably could have double of what I'm picking up right now. I would have had a ton of Phantasmal. Destined Rivals was much cheaper at the time. Surging was still cheaper at the time. I think Surging was low 200s. Where were we at? Now that you brought that up, let's just go to the main one, Destined. What was Destined at in November? Because I can't remember. 6 months back, December, not even December. Looking at December, we were still top 300s. November, 382, 387. You know, I just bought two of them at 520. One at 550, I think, one at 520. Look at that. That means I could have had close to 4 boxes worth of value from just those two. Double the boxes. Everything. I probably could have had close to double of whatever I've been buying in just the past month alone. Pretty crazy to think. Yeah, and so if I continue to maintain being liquid throughout this whole time, which is the plan, I will absolutely take advantage whenever that does come up. I'm up 176 in 2 months, buying sealed product, 9,900 spent, 27,309 value, trying to get to 0 spent. Not bad. I mean, that's a great idea if you're able to churn and burn product. If there's some, like, if you can buy 2 of something, you know, once they double, sell 1, you're clearly out of the red in that first one. So you could definitely do that. Right now, that is not it is a great plan. I'm not saying anything else. For me, I'm just not doing it right now. Right now, I'm literally holding every single thing that I've purchased. Literally holding everything right now. I do have some ancillary products that I am considering moving, like the Crown Zenith Sea and Skybox. I know some people say that I shouldn't move it, but that's something that I have considered moving. I do have a whole bunch of Crown Zenith loose packs. I have some Sword and Shield loose packs, being Silver Tempest and Brilliant Stars. I have some S Vieira loose packs as well. Um, so there are things that I am considering moving, just to put money back in the account. Um, and yeah, I have like collection boxes, some 151 collection boxes, Crown Zenith. I have that Greninja. I just remembered the Greninja UPC from GameStop, which I actually love. Um, Crown Zenith and Skyboxes, Crown Zenith booster bundles, um, a bunch of 3-pack prismatic 3-pack blisters, some Paldean Fates 3-pack blisters, things like that that I would consider moving, being that they're not like booster boxes and ETBs. So something I am considering. But yeah, that's a great way to go about it. You're doing really well. Doing really well. Should I sell now or wait till the 30th? What sell what though? What do you mean by that? Like you're trying to sell everything like your 27,000 value? Um, it's really hard to say, because if you are whatever you're trying to sell, most people are trying to sell at the top. I personally don't like to see it that way, because trying to aim for the top usually ends up in a really bad situation. Like you can easily overshoot what you think is the top, or when you think the top will be, and then we're in a decline, a bear market or whatever, like instantly, like it could change in a split second. It can just change. People will stop buying. I mean, right now it's slowing down. Things are slowing down, but I think it's really because things are really, really expensive. But it's really hard to determine what to sell if you're trying to sell at the top. What I would say is just determine when you want to sell by how much your collection has already appreciated. Set a number for yourself. It's 100% good enough for you. It's 200%, because you went from 9,900 to 27. You're almost at 300%. Sorry, 200%. What's good enough for you, and when will you decide that it's a time to sell? I think if you try to aim for the top, it's not going to be a good idea. You may fail at that. You may be upset because maybe you felt like you could have held longer, or maybe you held too long. I think that once you're happy with your gains, and maybe you feel like it's enough for yourself, maybe you don't have the stomach to hold out through the bear market, maybe you don't want to wait years. I don't blame you. It's going to be a long ride. Like, if I hold for the next 3 years, that's 3 years. I mean, it's already been one and some months now, but the point is that it's still a long time, and you may not want to do it. And if you don't want to do it, it's okay. So, I mean, hopefully that helped. You don't have to hold as long as some other people are holding. Hold when you are happy with your gains, and if you want to sell at the time, sell. It's going well. I hope it goes well for you also. Thank you, man. I appreciate that, man. I can't complain. I cannot complain right now. Like, I really can't. I mean, look at me. It's Wednesday night, and I'm hanging out talking Pokemon. I don't think it gets any better than this, to be honest. Not for me. Very cool. The crash is coming. That Rayquaza said it's going to crash hard. Nobody liked the Pokemon. Should have made a Sudowoodo set instead. Sudowoodo's pretty cool, man. Sudowoodo actually has like some decent popularity. Cool Pokemon. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, that Rayquaza set's gonna go so hard. That Rayquaza set's gonna go so hard. Karma, what's up, man? Welcome to the stream, brother. What's up? Rayquaza set will feed generations. Yeah, that Rayquaza. It's Rayquaza. I mean, is there a Rayquaza out there that isn't valuable, like a Rayquaza set? The only Rayquaza in recent times that wasn't valuable but now is a Rayquaza from Silver Tempest, and that's an amazing looking card. But what's funny is that people pick and choose what's valuable, like depending on what's going on. Like if you look at the trainer gallery, the Starmie V was the most expensive trainer gallery card for a really long time. And now that I'm thinking about it, it was almost like a failed pump, a failed opportunity, because they could have pumped that card to the moon when Perfect Order came out because of the Starmie, and they didn't do it. But people are definitely pumping the Rayquaza from Silver Tempest, that trainer gallery card, now that it's at like over $200. That card was like 70 something bucks. It was second to the Starmie when it comes to most expensive trainer calories out there. So um, it's just funny to see because if you think about Brilliant Stars and you think about like what's in there, you have Umbreon in there, and every single Umbreon card in existence is incredibly expensive, except for the ones in Brilliant Stars. Like, why? As good as that card is, the VMAX and the regular V, they're like incredible. The only difference is that they don't have the texturing because they're not alt arts, and they don't have the silver border. That's literally all it is. Now, when it comes to the art that so people claim they love, um, it's there. The card looks amazing. Nobody can tell me that those evolutions in Brilliant Stars don't look good, right? Damn it, San Antonio's ahead by 7. Um, it's just crazy. It's funny how that's been happening. JMaxTCG, what's up, man? Welcome to the stream, brother. I've been vending every weekend for the past 2 months in Florida, and the amount of times people come to my table saying they're starting collection Pokemon cards is a lot. The hobby is thriving. 100%. 100%. People are going to keep entering, especially with the 30th coming around. We're going to continue to see people flock, and it's not going to change. If you guys actually follow DJ's Poke Center, which he was here in the chat, if you watch him on Instagram, he usually posts like things that he's experiencing at the moment when he's vending. And one of the videos that he showed on his Instagram was like the place was packed. Let's see if I can find it real quick. Am I even signed in on Instagram over here? I always forget. Let's see. I feel like I'm yeah. Sign in. Okay, got it. Sign in. Sign in. Sign in. Okay, so I'm not signed. Okay. Real quick. Because for some reason I'm like signed in on one web browser and not the other. So I'll have to sign in on the other one as well. But I hate that like I signed in on one web browser and then it like kicked me out of the other one. Like, man. Let's see. Let's look for DJ. Here we go. Which is the video. That's the PSA line. Where's that video? Oh, it was in his story. It was in his story. But he did have the PSA line though. Like at the event, I guess there was a PSA line. He did have that, all these people here. I don't even know if you guys can hear the sound. I don't think you guys can. But look at the card show. Not just a PSA line, but everyone, that whole card show was packed. It was packed, and the comment, I'm just realizing the comments blocking it. But yeah, the place is absolutely packed. Absolutely packed. Insane, the hobby is doing well, clearly, I'm focusing on Prismatic rather than the 30th products, except for first partner collection. I think next April Prismatic will explode. Yeah, I still haven't picked up. I keep forgetting, man. I have forgotten to pick up a first partner collection sealed case, but they have risen in value so much from the point that I was supposed to buy it at, and it kind of annoys me. But yeah, same thing. I did the same thing with Prismatic. Been focusing. I have 2 cases of ETBs now. I have 2 cases of SPCs. I'll probably pick up another SPC case, especially if it continues to stay at this value, right? I got it at 1200. I got one at 1200 and one at 1250. And I did it as recent as of like a few days ago. It actually just came in yesterday. What is the case at right now? Is it even here? It's not here. As a matter of fact, no. Come on. Here we go. I'll just copy this. Let's see if the case comes up here. That's the box. Where's the case? Why does everything except for the case come up? Here we go. So the case right now is at 1216, being listed at 1242. Yeah, if it stays here with there's no sealed premium. The SPCs are pretty damn close to 300. We dropped back down to 305, 385, but it's fluctuating right now at this moment. It was at 300, 304. Look, just 2 days ago, dropped down to 287. It's fluctuating. It's basically 1200. It's right there. So if it stays there with like a really small seal premium, I will probably pick up more of that. Just Prismatic is just doing really well. It really depends on, for me, like outside of the 30th, there's so many different items that we could be looking at. Like if I can find Destin for 500 again, I will take it. If I can find Surging for 250 or lower, I will take it. If I can find Silver for 500 or lower, I will take it. And I'm not saying eBay, because eBay, you still have your shipping and tax fees. So I mean, like actually below 500, I will take these opportunities, no problem. Um, but up until then, we got to be picky, and we got to choose the right items that have a great entry point, that will still have a decent short term and a great long term. So, and even though I'm not in it for the short term means a lot, because when there's an item that gains traction during the short term, it only raises the ceiling for the long term in reality. Like if Prismatic Evolutions SPCs were 100 right now, you'd have to really, really wait a little while for them to get to that $300 price point. But we're already there, right? So that ceiling is actually higher. Now we know that our ceiling is not 300. It's going to see somehow, we're going to soon have a glass ceiling of 400, 450, things like that. And it'll keep rising in value at some point, especially as we keep churning through this product on TCG Player, right? So there's a lot of opportunity out there. You just got to be patient. They come and go all the time. Are you into Dragon Ball Fusion World, bro? No, I am not. Love Dragon Ball very much. So starting to collect soon when the new set comes out in a few weeks. No, I'm not. I'm not. When it comes to like accumulating product, like for the purposes of like investing, so-called investing, like we say, um, I'm not interested in it. I don't really know what sets do well or not. I do know Dragon Ball, but I don't know the sets. I don't know what is creating nostalgia for people within Dragon Ball. So I just stay away. I just don't know the TCG like that. And so I do definitely stay away. But I did hear before that Dragon Ball was going to pop off, really, right? Everything else is popping off. Lorcana, One Piece is probably still holding strong. Nothing like what it was before when it was pumping, but it's probably still holding. Um, you're hearing about all these other TCGs. Magic is still pumping. Um, Weiss, all these other products that all these TCGs keep talking about. They're all doing well right now. But I do remember hearing about Dragon Ball and Yu-Gi-Oh. Yu-Gi-Oh being that they were going to have full arch in that new set. I don't even know. I'm pretty sure that already released, but I don't know anything about it. I don't know how it's performing. Um, but yeah, so I just basically stick to Pokemon since I understand the TCG. I know the TCG. I know the IP really well. I've played the games for a very big part of my life, like my young life, I guess you could say. So yeah, I just stick to what I know, and like that, I'm just comfortable that way, right? I was offered some Magic the Gathering not too long ago with this new set that's coming. There's like a new, I think it's the Hobbit. I was offered something with the Hobbit, but I really don't know the TCG, so I stayed away. Regardless of how valuable it will be, I just don't know enough. I don't. Roxy, what's going on, man? Yo, I added another emoji in there, the Gengar. I don't know if you realized. And I did actually update my profile picture finally. I will have a new banner. Like if you go to my YouTube page, right, you'll see. If I go to my channel, you should see that my profile picture has changed. I will update and change. See, my profile picture changed. I will update this banner and make that a little better. You know what I'm going to end up doing? I'm going to end up using this profile picture that I made, and I'm going to make some shirts for myself. I'm gonna definitely. I've been wanting to for a while, and I was waiting for me to update this design, and so I will be creating some shirts. I think it's gonna be real cool. I'm always wearing Pokemon shirts, anyways, right? Like I always am. Like my girl buys them for me, I buy them for myself. Um, Always wearing something Pokemon related, especially like for the videos. Love this. I love this shirt right here. Like amazing shirt. But I will be looking forward to buying my own shirt with my logo. like a pocket logo, maybe the big logo on the back, maybe a shirt with the medium logo on the front. Like why not? I want to brand myself. We're already talking enough about Pokemon now. I'm giving them enough attention myself. And we all are. So as YouTube continues to progress for me, years down the line, I want to focus on my brand and what I am in the hobby. You know, I want to make sure that when somebody sees that logo, they're like, "Oh shit, I know him. It's Jay Ketchum." You know, sell to zero now or wait till the 30th to get to zero. Oh, you think everything's gonna crash after the 30th? Is that what you're saying? Oh, yeah. I don't think it's gonna crash, bro. I don't think it's gonna crash. I don't know if anybody's telling you, but I really don't think it's gonna crash. I think you should continue on your reducing your cost and getting that to zero for sure. Just take your time with it, bro. I promise you, especially with what Pokemon has gotten lined up, there's a lot of excitement here. We have the 30th, we have Rayquaza, we have Aurora Seeker, and we have a lot more of Mega still left that hasn't been revealed. And we have, I'm not even going to speak about that list. I keep talking about that list, and it's not for certain, even though everything on that list has come to fruition, like it actually has been real. Whoever leaked that set out was the GOAT, but I'm going to leave that alone for now. Um, yeah, if you think about what's left in the Mega Block, right, and you think about like just Pokemon popularity and how many people are going to continue to just flood into the hobby, guys, we still haven't gotten a Mega Mewtwo. I don't care how many Mewtwo's we got. I know for a fact no one expected the Mewtwo in Ascended Heroes because we had already gotten one uh in Destined, and it was only a few months away. Like, I mean, not a few months away. Sorry, it was like 9 months away. But either way, nobody expected it. And now we got that Mewtwo, but we have not gotten a Mewtwo. And then there's two. There's X and Y. We haven't gotten either. We haven't gotten a Mega Gyarados. We haven't gotten a Metagross. We haven't gotten the new Mega Raichus. We haven't gotten the Mega Victory Bell. I think there's a Mega Hoopa, and that would be sick because Hoopa is actually like a really cool looking Pokemon. Um, what else? Mega Aggron, Mega Ampharos. Like, guys, there's so much left in the Mega Block and so much left for them to work with. So, don't underestimate what Pokemon may have in store. We're seeing already that they're not flooding the market with product. They're not printing. I think they're printing to max capacity. I do think so. I do think that it mattered that they were printing 4 specialty sets within the last year. We've heard many times, specifically from a non-TCG, that Pokemon is having a packaging issue, and they're packaging a ton of ETBs that take a lot more time, a lot more material to just package, as opposed to being a booster box or a booster bundle. We've had 4 specialty sets in the last year, so keep that in mind. Not only that, Millennial Print Group, which is what usually prints most, it prints most of Pokemon. It also does print more TCGs, like other TCGs other than Pokemon. And like I said before, every TCG is pumping, so they all need printing. There's so many different factors that could really be the reason for that. But the fact is that Pokemon isn't flooding the market. It isn't crashing the market at all. That we're not receiving much of anything in reality. So it's not looking like we have much to worry about. It's, if anything, people holding should be having much more confidence now. We have the same, if not less, amount that came to the market or was printed in this past year, and the hype and the amount of people in the hobby continue to rise. Right, so confidence should be there because even though those numbers are big, 10 billion is actually a lot, guys. People weren't unhappy with seeing that number, and 10 billion was the third highest amount of cards they have ever printed in a year. They don't want to tell you that, though. They don't want to tell you the good stuff. They just want to tell you that we got less. It's the third highest we've ever gotten. But the fact is that we have so much demand, so many people that have come back into the hobby, whether it's for the first time or just came back, or maybe they're grown up and they're nostalgic and they want to get back into the hobby. Like, the amount of people that are in here it's insane. And yeah, if you thought you couldn't get product last year, it's clear that the feeling is still there this year, but maybe like magnified, maybe by 2 or 3, who knows. Um, so yeah, be confident with what you hold because a lot of it out there is getting ripped. A lot of it out there is getting spread thin throughout the hobby, so that's the way I see it. Like I'm going with what I see. And there's just items there that are scarce. I was talking about this on PokeChuck's stream, and I said this yesterday. I went onto his stream and I told him, because he always pushes Brilliant Stars, and I do too. Just because we think it's a great set. It's a really deep set. Trainer Gallery is amazing. But if you go on eBay right now and you look at the listings, there aren't many listed. There really aren't many listed Brilliant Stars booster boxes there, and the prices are like insane. They're above market. So, like I said, people are holding, but there's also less than what you believe there to be out there just being held. You think people are flipping their shit now? Wait till the 30th releases, and we have to listen to everyone's complaining about the scalpers have it all. Yeah, 100%. 100%. The botters are going to eat so good, bro. They're going to have this. I wish I had one here just to joke around with it. They're going to have this life-size spoon, bro. And every time they take a bite, they're going to take the full bite of this massive spoon. They're just going to eat. And they're ready for it. They've been preparing for it all year. They've been having all the practice in the world, and they know the 30th is coming just as well as we do. It's gonna go crazy, and it's gonna be expensive. That's why I said I'm not gonna focus on it. It's gonna be expensive. It's only gonna be good for a grading play. If I can get some things at MSRP, I will. Outside of that, I'm leaving it behind. I'm not even gonna worry about it too much, honestly. I'm not gonna worry about it. Even the PSA stalling submissions, I'm not worried about it. I'm gonna continue to get cards, to buy some singles, to pre-grade here and there, and just keep stacking that submission up. And I don't know if I'm going to sell it in one full submission, sell it in parts, or send it, I don't know how, in variations. I don't know, but I'm going to continue. I don't let that stuff actually deter me whatsoever. How many loose prismatic ETBs you currently have? One of the sealed ETB cases that I had, no, sorry, one of the ETB cases that I have, when I bought, was not sealed because the person selling it did not know that it being sealed was a thing. So he was actually intending to sell them one at a time. And what I wanted was the case. And when he brought it to me, it was open. So I had to take it that way. So I have one open case and one sealed. In reality, there are people, down the line that will want to buy a sealed case here and there moving forward, but eventually when somebody's going to move the product, whether it be me or someone else, you're going to have to sell them one at a time, unless you're going to be selling them to a rip and shipper or a store or somebody who just loves to hold a large amount of sealed product, like in cases. um you know you just think about it, years down the line, these ETBs are going to be expensive. So selling them in large amounts are going to be much harder than selling them one at a time. And these ETBs are probably going to be displayable items more than anything else. So, one for a display is probably going to be enough for the average person. So I'm not even concerned with that. I know some people get real bothered, but I'm really, really not concerned. Right. Appreciate it. Yeah, man. Anytime, any questions, I'll give you my opinion. I don't have a crystal ball. So I can't tell the future. I'm just telling you how I feel about it and how I am going about it myself. Because if that wasn't the case, then I would have sold everything. I wouldn't have anything here. So that's the way I'm seeing it right now. You're gonna hold. All right, cool. Grim, what is going on, brother? Welcome, man. What's up, man? How you doing? Pikachu and Zekrom used to be the lowest price tag team. It used to be. Yeah, I saw. You should have seen one of them selling on Whatnot. It was going up. It was getting up to like 120, 130, and I just clicked. I just moved on to the next one because you find some real gems on Whatnot, and sometimes people aren't paying attention, and you buy a card that's actually worth much more than when you bought it for. So you just take your time. I just hang out, uh, but yeah, I watched it just climbing. Just people they see something, they FOMO, they want to buy. It's almost too late. There was things that were leaked, right? The Crystal Lugia, the Pikachu Zapcrom, and a few other things were leaked before already that I didn't believe. I did not, for the life of me, believe that the Crystal Lugia would be one of the things in the set. When I saw that leak, I said, hell no. I said there was no way. That's one of the things I was saying in my mind. There's no way that the Crystal Lugia is going to be in this celebration set. But those that were willing to speculate and were willing to buy up these cards before this actually got revealed are the only ones really winning. I am not buying that card right now at all. You can't even grade it. You can only grade it with CGC, and people don't really want to buy CGC that much. I know there are buyers, you know, and I'm not against CGC at all. I like CGC, especially the pristine slabs. I think they look amazing. But the fact is that they don't sell as well as PSA slabs do. So you end up having to take a gamble. I will say that in this market though, everything's selling. At least that's that. Everything's selling. People are even trying to grade with Rudy's grading company. I was thinking about doing like a 10 card submission for a video. You know, I thought it'd be cool. Rudy's grading company. I'm a content creator, investor, and I graded with Rudy's Alpha Investments grading company. But in reality, I don't know if that would even do well as a video. And the slabs don't look that good to me. I do like that they show like if you get, it looks like if you get a black label, you can see the what do you call that? Um I forgot the details, the centering, it says the cornering. I forgot what do we call these things again? I don't know why I'm losing it right now. I'm also really sleepy. But like for example, right here, I pulled up this Halucha full art. This is the grading company that I think I believe he owns like 66% of it. So it shows you the centering, the corners, edges, and surface. But I don't know why. I feel like I don't like the way that it looks so much. I almost feel like it. I really wish it was done differently. I don't know why. I don't know what it is about me that's bothering me. The only cool other thing about this is that this is a metal plate, and apparently, if you get a black label, it's a 24K gold plate that's laser engraved, as this one is. That's what he said. I'm not 100% sure. I am not him. I don't know anything else about the company. But I found that interesting. But I also realized that a lot of this stuff is selling for a lot less than the PSA slabs. Like this guy's listing it for 1,200. I don't know. It's not going to sell. But you do see some slabs here that are probably a little undervalued that you could buy. Like this Radiant Venusaur. Honestly, it's Venusaur. It might be Pokemon Go. But I think that if this grading company gave it a black label pristine, I think it will grade a PSA 10. And it actually looks perfect. You know, I think this would grade a 10. And maybe you could even take the chance of sending it to Beckett and get a black label there. But $60 for this is pretty cheap. And it's Venusaur. I know people hate Pokemon Go, but, you know, just considering it's a Kanto starter, you know, it's one of the first 3 starter Pokemon. And the truth is that they always do well. Even though Venusaur is the least liked, they always do well. And that's like a very, very cheap slab to buy for that. Look at this going on bids. Like, I know it's Japanese, but it probably would go for a lot higher if it was in PSA. $32, $10 shipping. 151 side deck in Japanese, just $51. And this is that company. This I think that's Chinese. This is Japanese, $50. Same company, PCG, Premier Card Grading. What else? Are there other ones here? This is Chinese, Japanese. I'm trying to find some English. Chinese Pikachu's here. I did put it on my watch list. I was trying to get a steal on this card. This is an amazing card. I don't even know what it costs raw. I forgot what it costs. Let me see. What's the number on the card? Is that 0709? Is that how you search that up? They actually listed it as Captain Pikachu. Is that what it translates to? This is the new Captain Pikachu. This one is fire too. This one is fire, man. I'm gonna try to get some gem packs to rip this one. 1,510. Where's the other one though? Oh, 709. Okay. Yes, there you go. $805 in the 10. 260 right now on bids. And it's ending in an hour and 26 minutes. So that's what I'm looking at. Like I'm looking at possibly getting a steal. That's all I'm doing right here. This Rayquaza is at $311. That's PSA 10 though. Here we go. This card right here, which I pulled the other day, is like $450 in a PSA 10. And it is 270 in a 10 here. It does look a little left heavy, but you guys get my point. Like there could be some opportunity here for you guys to pick up cheap slabs with a much higher value card in it than the others. What is this? Chinese Tyranitar in a 10? What grading company is this though? I don't know what this thing is. Once again, it's still Tyranitar. This card will probably do well long term. With that value at $14, it probably will be a lot more than $14 when the time comes. But yeah, just looking for opportunity. I do it everywhere, guys. Like even this Glaceon, is it 500 in a PSA 10? I don't know. It's $795 in a PSA 10. 500 in a black label PCG 10. You'd probably make some money there. If you look up their specs, right? If you look up their specs and they grade as hard as Beckett does, if they grade as hard as Beckett and you can get a black label, it'd be really worth buying this at 500. I'm not gonna lie, and cracking it and sending it over. There's just weird opportunities like that. They're expensive opportunities at times, but yeah, you could definitely make some money. There's opportunity. I just try to take advantage if I could for things like that. During the tag team pump, it went from 15 to 30. Not that much. Brilliant Stars is better than Prismatic to me. Really? Oh, I could see the argument. I could. The art is amazing, and the only difference there is what the market is valuing the cards at, and they're clearly valuing Prismatic at a much higher value. But then again, at the same time, it's way easier to pull any of those trainer gallery cards, as opposed to the SIRs and Prismatic. So that there's the really big difference. DJ's here, you see. There were 650 plus vendors. Was a wild show. See, 80,000 square feet. Yeah, market's not dying. It's not dying. What do you think about Pitch Black? Smash or pass, as the cool kids say. I pre-ordered a booster box the moment I saw the card list get revealed. Once it leaked, I saw what I saw. I liked it. I saw a case for I think 1,300. I bought it. I pre-ordered it for 13. I believe that's exactly what it was. What's the booster box per there? Because they were like selling for like 230. That's $216 per booster box, and I'm pretty sure because I can go to eBay and look at my purchases. I'll tell you right now. I think it shows my information there if I try to show you, but I'm gonna go to my purchase history just to double check. Pitch Black. Oh, but where was the original? View order details. Sorry, it was at 14. 14. Thought it was 13. It was $13.99 is what it was. But I bought it instantly. So let's just put 14. What does that put it at? 230? Like I said, yeah, 233. And now booster boxes are no longer pre-ordering at 233. That's the funny part. It's like either you pull the trigger or not sometimes, and it's just worth, I got a Desert Rivals booster box off of Amazon today for 178. You're lying. Yeah, wait to see if it ships, and I hope it's legit. I really do. Holy Gengar. That's what I labeled the emoji as. Holy Gengar. It doesn't show you. Oh, you like the Gengar? Nice. Drunk. What is going on, Drunk? Give me a sec, real quick. I want to see if I find the other one too. Just trying to go through the bulk. I'm looking for a card. I'm looking for the other card, wherever it is. Where is that card? Here it is. I forgot to send you a picture. I wanted to send you a picture of this. I want to send you a picture of all of these. Not all of these. Just the two Mudkips side by side. So I had told Drunk. So for those of you that don't know, he has an LGS in Canada. And so I was looking for Torchic, Trico, and Mudkip Crystal Guardians stamped cards. And they're really hard to find in good condition. And I was able to find one Mudkip in decent condition on eBay. And then Drunk had let me know during that stream that he thought he had one in his bulk. And so he decided to gift it to me. And I just wanted to show it off to Drunk. Both Crystal Guardian stamps side by side. And they look beautiful. This is the card he sent me. It actually just came in the mail today. Beautiful, beautiful card. Cards look so cool. So cool. Really nice. I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. Thank you. Um, and I am doing this because I am speculating in some sense, hoping that that Gen 3 set that set name that was leaked a while back, that it was like a shiny like ruby sapphire or something. I don't know. If it does come, it comes. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Either way, I do like these cards, so I would love to have more Mudkip, Trico, and Torchic cards. I do have like a reverse e-reader Trico somewhere. I just don't know where, but it's very possible that that actually does happen. Like I said, that other leak actually did come out, so I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. The near future has too much momentum. We might see some small corrections, but there's nothing in sight that points to a crash. I would take a world macro event. Yeah, at this point, yeah, 100%, 100%. I think that we may see a little bit of a summer lull. You know, people want to go on vacation. I mean, even my family members are inviting me to vacation. I don't know if I'm going to go. I'm still debating it with my fiance whether we want to go or not. Whether like it's the right time for us in general, just whether we want to go. But yeah, my brother's on vacation, my father's on vacation, my other brother is gonna be going on a vacation after this military thing that they sent him out to. Um, my sister's on vacation, just my family, right? So you can only imagine how it's going on with everybody else. So people will be spending money on other things, other luxuries that they have in their lives, other privileges, you know, and Pokemon may not be at the top of that priority list when it comes to the things you do with your family, right? So, Pokemon already passed the moon. It's heading towards Jupiter now as we speak. Oh man. Yeah, insane. I sent my Ascended Heroes and Zoroark SIR. I actually like that card a lot. I bet that card looks amazing. Stevens Metagross, another fire card. SIR to PSA via the $80 rate. A currently in grading process. After research, and when I do charge my card, what is the value of those cards in a PSA 10? Because grading them at $80, that's a lot. That is a lot. Sophia, Sophia, thank you for the donation, man. I appreciate it. Just you're giving me your like hard-earned money. Um, yeah, thank you. Um, am I the only one that feels bad or guilty every time I sell something? I just need to realize some of my gains. You're not. Why do you feel bad though? I don't see why you should feel bad. That's the market is what the market is. Do you feel bad because you're no longer holding? Do you feel bad because people always talk others down when they realize gains, which is insane? Like, why do you do it? It's like you're bad for cashing your check after working all week. I think that's kind of nuts. Um, I'm gonna praise you. I hope that's not exactly what you're dealing with, but I will praise you. I mean, right now, all I'm doing is holding. I can't wait to realize gains at some point in the future. And I'm going to take some profits and then I'm going to take the rest and put it right back in and buy into other products. I'm going to keep it going, you know, and hopefully this can become something beautiful long term. Um, who knows where we end up, right? But yeah, don't feel bad. Do not feel bad. You know, I just bought, even though I bought this Destin Rivals booster box from this guy for 520, he was like ecstatic when he got the 520 into his account because he asked me to sell it. I was trying to give him cash, but the bank was closed, so I had to sell it, and he was ecstatic. He was so happy to sell it. He had the money in his account. Like, why? Don't be upset. Don't be down about it at all. No need whatsoever. Enjoy your gains. Good for you. Mega Afros could do really well. A very anime like Goku, Luffy with the white hair. Yeah, I'm telling you, I mentioned it because he is one of the popular ones. Him, Metagross, Aggron, Gyarados, the Mewtwo's, the Raichus, like, and I'm pretty sure there are some that I'm not thinking of right now that are really popular. Mega Blastoise, right? Like the really regular popular Pokemon, like a lot that Pokemon can still do. Who? What? Inept? I think you meant eating good. Yeah, yeah. Inept is doing good. He's always killing it. He's crazy. Though if you see the videos he posts about like everything he's holding or collection boxes, it's a mess and it's a lot. But it's like so much that it's gonna be a mess regardless of what you do. Nuts. Yes, but Sophia, sometimes selling to get money is the best play if you can turn that into money into something better, like me selling prismatic to get cash for destined booster boxes at MSRP right now. How the you're how what? You're getting destined at MSRP? How how was that possible? Is that what you're saying? I don't know. I saw a leak that had a Pancho Pika Gengar. I don't know, man. That they better not do that. They better not do that at look. They better yo, that can't happen. That cannot happen, guys. I'm telling you right now, that can't happen. That would completely break everything right now. What would that even sell for? Would that jump automatically into the thousands? Would that automatically be a thing that sells it to the thousands? That'd be crazy. It probably would be a good video idea. Not a lot of reviews for PCG on YouTube that are recent. You know, one thing, like I was just showing you guys about PCG. Let me go back. I don't like. I do not like the way. Um, I don't know what it is about the slab. Like if it's not the black label, which if it's not the black label, it's this. Like even their PCG logo is so small. Like why isn't it bigger? Like PCG. Like isn't the brand and the name of the company what you really want to put out there? I thought it was Premier. Professional card grading? Is this not the slab? I know he showed unless the other slabs are different. Let me just double check. I mean, maybe I'm confusing it. This is for sure one of them. PCG once again. I don't know. The back and it just says PCG and nothing else. So yeah, I don't know what it is about this. What do you guys think about this? Please, like, I'm gonna run down. I'm really behind on the comments. I'm gonna skip from this point on. I'm gonna skip the comments just to see this, and then I'll come back and look at the other comments. But let me know right now, please, guys. Please let me know what you think about this lab right here. What do you think about how it's showing? I don't know. What's the display look like? Apparently, he keeps saying that they're the thickest slabs on the market. Do you like slabs? Do you want slabs to be thicker? Do you not want them to be thicker? I don't know. How much does that matter to you guys? But please let me know in the comments. I'm gonna give you guys like 30 to 45 seconds, and I'm gonna hop to the bottom. Please let me know. Like there's 30 of you in here. Let me know what you guys think about this slab. Do you want to compare it to PSA? Do you want to compare it to Beckett? Do you want to compare it to Tag, CGC, whatever it may be? Like, let me know what you think about this slab. And then I'll show you guys the back again, and it describes the card, prismatic evolutions, everything, special illustration rare. I guess when it was printed, 2025, and I guess there's a QR code right here. So let's give it a few more seconds, and I'm going to run down to the bottom of the comments, and let's see where we are. I'm curious. Is it just me? Could it look a little better? I don't know. It's not horrible though. I'm not gonna I'm gonna say that it's definitely not horrible. It could be better. I guess this is a better view from the front because you can see the gold, the actual gold right here. Um, yeah, let's see. Look at the comments. all the way at the bottom. Front is trash, Sui says. I don't know what it is, man. Something about the front is throwing me off. The way that they broke everything down. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's that half circle. I don't know, man. They should have messed around a little more before putting out that specific design. I think it could look better. It's all right, but I would like to see one in person. Okay. Back looks much better than the front. Okay, I agree. Ugly label, very. uh don't get rugged by Rudy. No, no, no. It's not really, it's not for me, it wouldn't really be a rug pull. It'd be more just for content. It would just be a video. You know who is though partnering with Rudy? If you watched the video today, Poke Plumber. No, sorry, not today. I think it was yesterday. He mentioned giving PCG a chance, Rudy's slab company, and then he was like laughing the whole time, like really happy and saying big things are coming, and he was like starting to push this thing. So we don't know what's going to happen. I mean, PSA sells really well, and that label looks like trash. PSA looks so outdated. It looks like something that was made in the 60s. It's time for it to go. In reality, it really is. So science for science. I prefer a tag slab engraved than a slab with a label that could be replaced, forged. I just want a clean slab that can't be opened all at all to be altered. Plus, I prefer AI to grade my card than a person. Okay, so there's a lot of things here to reconsider, like with what you're saying, right? So first off, there are numerous videos out there that people keep resending cards to tag, and they keep coming back with different grades. Like there are videos. I mean, you can find them real easy. They have like freaking 50,000 views. You know what I'm saying? So there's tag slabs that keep getting regraded and keep coming back with different grades. That's one. Two, this slab right here, from what he said, is an actual 24K like a label. This is supposed to be a 24K gold label that's laser engraved. It's actually a metal label, and most of these slabs don't have metal labels. You know what actually would have made it look better now that I'm thinking about it? If the whole thing was just gold and not mostly black. If this thing was gold with the lettering in black, I think it'd be a little bit closer to being a home run. I think the gold makes something actually look pristine. I think gold will make it actually look valuable. It'll make it actually look like something that's worth buying, something to talk about. Um, but yeah, and then he mentioned that these are the thickest slabs on the market. So it's possible that these are really hard to crack. Now, I don't know, but it's possible. PSA level does look trash. I'm telling you, it's horrible. Gengar Pancho. Okay, we're talking about something else. PSA will probably update their slab and stay a king. We'll have to see. CGC Pristine label is the best looking one for the Pristines. I agree. Right now, it is. It looks. I do like the Pristine label like a lot. I don't like the regular Pristine, but the regular 10, but the Pristine 10 looks amazing. Yeah, I don't disagree whatsoever, Fuzzy, at all. Back to the comments. Let's see. Tag still has the most eye appealing slabs to me personally. Well, they look like glass, right? So they do look nice, but they do break like glass. And that's my problem. That is a big problem, and it's a problem for a lot of people. But yeah, every company has their thing, guys. Like PSA has had their issues. Tag has clearly had their issues. There are a ton of people that have bashed Tag on the internet, whether it's just resubmitting and getting different grades, or this one guy, I forgot his name, that he has a YouTube channel, and it made him actually blow up. He ended up testing Tag slabs and broke them with his hands, like easily. He didn't need any pliers. He didn't need any snips, which is those scissor like things that you guys keep seeing. They're called snips. We use them in construction, and not me, but the lathers do, um, aka iron workers as well. Um, you don't require that at all for tag. Like you can break them so easily. Um, so that's a thing. I wonder, now that you guys are saying this, like I'm more and more intrigued on grading with him looking at the slabs and discussing them with you guys, and maybe even sending him, like, if I send him 10 cards, maybe sending him a card that isn't very valuable, and then trying to crack that slab and see what that's like. I think maybe that'd be really, really interesting. Um, Now that I remember about that tag one, I think it'd be real cool, because grading is such a big part. It plays such a big part in this hobby, right? So I think it would matter, especially with somebody like Rudy being as big as he is. Like, everybody knows Rudy, even though somebody just said don't fall for Rudy's rug pull. I mean, it's not a rug pull necessarily, but we also know that it's not a liquid slab. Like, it's not like PSA, but it can become something one day, right? So as prevalent as grading is in this hobby, I think it's worth trying out that slab and seeing what it's like, especially being that, like I said, it's Rudy. What he says usually does, like, shake the market most of the time. With his predictions, people follow his predictions. They take his word as gospel, and they'll start buying depending on what he says. Now, these slabs, though, clearly people know he wants to make money. We don't know what's going to happen with the slabs. But now he's got Pokeplumber on board, it looks like. It might start gaining traction. Maybe he's going to start reaching out, start advertising with other people, maybe some affiliate links you'll see here and there. So we don't know what's going to happen. But I think just because of how prevalent grading is, it might be worth testing out the slab. That CCP10, oh my God. Grading with the king of shills. Rudy's a goat, but don't grade your Pokemon cards with him. He don't even like Pokemon. I don't know if he doesn't like Pokemon. I'll leave that up to him to decide that. I'm not sure. But too many YouTubers trying to make Pokemon crash by saying it's crashing, but it's not. I am not saying it's crashing. I will admit to you gladly that this is my very first clickbait thumbnail. So I am not trying to make it crash at all. I just thought I'd do some of the YouTube content creator things, because I'm literally like this is literally my first clickbait thumbnail. And I really did it because as of recent times, I've seen several people talk about the crash. And to me, this conversation isn't even relevant right now. Like, we're nowhere close to a crash. But I was like, you know what? If they're talking about a crash, I'm just going to make a fake thumbnail, like, saying that it's going to crash, because these guys are just having absurd conversations on their channels that I don't think are relevant. I'm glad you liked them. The Crystal Guardians reverse hollow stamps look really good. Yeah, they look amazing, man. I love them. I would like to get the pair for Trico and Torchic, but they don't all look great. The Torchic with those diamonds looks nice. The other Torchic looks okay. And then the Trico one, like, actually looks worse than the others. Oh, there you go. You had to come in. What's good, Jay? Sui, all good, brother. Everything's all good. I cannot complain. I was just talking about how I had a great weekend. So far, a great week. I'm just hoping that it continues, man. Found some Ascended Heroes ETBs at MSRP today. Wow. Sell them to me for 140. Yeah, sell them to me for 140. I'll buy. No, I'm kidding. I mean, I would buy, but I'm joking. You don't have to sell anything to me. I would love to find some at MSRP. Where'd you find them at? Like a Target, Walmart? I mean, I don't go out to these stores anyways, guys. I work, and I'm in New York. There's no way that I'm going to come out of work and make it to any big box store and be able to buy anything. It's just not happening. It's not happening. By the time the drop comes, the sneaker resellers that live here buy it all up. As soon as they want to buy your Ascended Heroes, the market is crashing. Right? Exactly. But listen, look at Ascended Heroes. Where are we at with Ascended right now? I haven't looked at it today. I didn't make my video based on Ascended Heroes today, so I want to see where we are. We're still at 185. $182. So, it's still there, and I'm going to stick with exactly what I said. I don't think Ascended Heroes is going to do anything crazy at this price point. I don't. Unless we have 971 listed, unless people buy up a ton, like, instantly, and just eat up through the quantity here, which is 971. That's the only way to make those other listings actually, like, creep up to the top and make the market price rise. But the moment it starts rising, people are going to relist their boxes, and they're going to just continue to list them. There's more out there. But I don't think they're going to do anything at this price point. Maybe they go up to 190. That's really it. It's not worth for me. It's not worth putting money into Ascended Heroes right now and just letting it be dead money for the rest of the year. It's not worth it. I think that this price point is going to be there for the rest of the year. And if it's not at this price point for the rest of the year, I think what's going to happen is that we're going to get more product come to the market and it's going to drop the value, and then we'll have a better time to buy. That's me, and that's what I'm sticking with. If I miss out for some reason, I miss out, but that's where I think I'm at right now. I'm seeing other opportunities and other things, whether it be Sword and Shield, like several templates and Brilliant Stars, which I continuously keep talking about, and I will continue to keep talking about it. Because I do believe that they are much more scarce than anything else that we're discussing these days with this new stuff. And they're also really, really good sets. Then Prismatic, being that it rotates out in a year, like, a lot of people thought that we were going to get a ton of this product that of the sets that were rotating out this past April, and we really didn't get anything. So when we are a year from now and we think about what's rotating out, like, yes, we got a decent amount of searching, yes, we've gotten a decent amount of Prismatic, but the question is, will we get more? The closer we get to that rotation mark, I think we're going to get less and less. I think we're going to get a ton of Prismatic booster bundles this year, just like we had with 151. But outside of that, I don't see us getting Twilight. That'd be a big surprise. I don't see us getting no Stellar Crown, even though it's not the most popular set. I don't see us getting Temporal Forces, even though I've talked a ton about that set as well. I don't see us getting any of that stuff. Like, I really don't, guys. I really don't. Last year, we got nothing that rotated out. We got no Paldea. We got no Scarlet Violet Base, no Obsidian, no Paldean Fates, no 151. We got 151 poster collections, but that's the equivalent of Prismatic. We're still going to continue to get Prismatic booster bundles and probably 3-pack blisters and things like that. But if we're just going by what's happened, even in recent times, like, I don't expect any of whatever's in this block, in this rotation block. I don't think that anything's going to happen. Like, we're not going to get too much of it. Pokemon's going to keep on going with these new sets, and people are going to keep waiting for reprints, regardless of what it is. Maybe you're not waiting for them. Maybe you don't think Twilight Masquerade is a great set, but it's probably going to age really well. I think Greninja is a really good Pokemon. I think he's really popular, even though he's not a Gen 1 Pokemon like Charizard. But I think he's going to age really well. One of the cooler designs that Pokemon ever put out, and one of the most popular Pokemon out there, regardless. Oh, you were talking to Sophia. And I represent the product well, and if people aren't happy, make it right. Yeah, if you do it good. Don't sleep on Lorcana. I know nothing about Lorcana. What I do want with Lorcana is to buy some so that my fiance can rip it. She likes Disney a lot. I know nothing about Disney. I know some Disney characters. Like, I know the Little Mermaid. I know Mickey Mouse, Minnie Mouse. I know Gargoyles. That I do know because I used to watch that a ton as a kid, and that's Disney. Wasn't there going to be a set with the Gargoyles in it? Did that already come out? Did that ever come out? Inept in the woods right now. Yeah. Yo, Inept is actually funny, man. He's actually funny. He'd be here if he was around. Maybe he did send me a picture of him being like around other like soldiers. I don't know if he's in the army or what. I don't ask too many personal questions. But it looked like army, and he was around a lot of people, so he must be busy because he'd be here right now. They're about to drop a bomb with the 30th. Got something up their sleeve. Yeah, I think so. All in 30th is a play. I'm new to this, but I know this already. I don't know about All In. I think that years down the line, that thing is going to be flat. Yeah, if the black and gold switched, it would be hella clean. Yeah, the slab. Yeah. If I could contact him and let him know, I would. But I doubt he would even receive my message, even through Instagram. Like, I wrote to Pokeplumber, right? And Pokeplumber is nowhere close to as big as Rudy. I wrote to Pokeplumber when something happened to his father. And being that I'm in New York, like, I understood it, and he's in Jersey. I wrote to him. He literally, and this happened in February. I wrote to him in February or March. He just wrote back to me last week. That's how many messages this guy has. So through like all of people trying to contact him. You know, he talks about it all the time. His emails and Instagram is flooded. Imagine Rudy, emails and Instagram. Like people want to buy from him, people trying to contact him. He would never hear it. But if it was all gold with black lettering, it would be way better, way better. Or if it was just gold and just engraved into the metal, like not lasered, but just engraved, that would be top tier. Like those Japanese slabs. Is it ARS or something? I don't know. But the Japanese slabs are sick. I just hate that you have to pay more to PSA if the card grade's higher. It's the same amount of work, so why not charge the same? Because it's bullshit, and they can do it, and so we are. In reality, it's bullshit, and in reality, we're also all stupid because we decide to make it okay. At any time, if the market really wanted, at any time, the market can flip from PSA being number one to I don't know, CGC being number one, but people have so much money invested in PSA that they don't want to switch over. And what's funny is that if these other grading companies did have the same standards as PSA, there's no reason why you shouldn't value the card the same with the same value as PSA slabs if they grade with the same uh, specs. So if every other company is just as stringent, I don't know why we wouldn't give them that respect and value them the same. Is Rudy grading Pop Tarts? Oh my god, I heard about the Pop Tarts. I think what else did I hear about? There was something else. Was it soda? I think it was soda, right? Nick's Pizza Pikachu collab. That would be absolutely insane. You know what's funny? I'm a big baseball fan. I grew up playing baseball. I'm actually going to a Mets baseball game specifically for a Naruto and Mets collab. They have a limited edition Naruto Mets jersey, which is it looks fire to me. And it's orange, being that Naruto wore orange. It looks amazing in my opinion for me. And I love Naruto, one of the best animes ever made in my opinion. Does that hat come in black? Gengar is my favorite. I can't lie. Mimikyu next. I don't think it comes in black. It would be fire if it did, but it's on Amazon. You can look it up. I think if you put like Pokemon Snapback, I think it comes up easily. Like I don't know. I don't know. I think I might have found it. Or Pokemon hat. I think I might have found it just by googling it. Honestly, Pokemon Center, not the Pokemon Center. Pokemon Center hats are horrible. I don't know what they're doing over there. Who's I don't know who's paying these guys. Um, I think are these the same guys? Lot of three. No, not that one. Oh my goodness, what did I do? I don't know. It's on Amazon though. It is. That's where I got them from. I still can't believe I cracked my BGS 9.5 Fusion Strike Gengar without effing it up. Second card I ever cracked, and now it's a PSA 10. Be careful out there. I stabbed the shit out of an Evo Ray trying. No way. That's crazy. But people these days are using a bottle opener to open up a PSA slab. Like it's apparently that easy. I've seen a ton of videos on it, and I still can't believe that it's happening. Only time I could even consider a crash is at the end of 2028. Oh, probably Wind and Waves, just like Sword and Shield, going into a new era where people weren't comfortable buying sets that had to do with new Pokemon, right? So Scarlet and Violet base came out, new Pokemon in there. Same thing with Paldea Evolved, and it really could be the time where we will have to wait and see till that happens. And I'm assuming I don't is when the waves releasing in 2028 or 2027. I don't know. Whenever that happens, that'll be a time to be paying attention. Now, if Pokemon continues to not overprint, this will continue to go into Wind and Waves because I think people have learned their lesson with Scarlet and Violet. I think going into Wind and Waves, people know like yes, it is going to be a new gen. Yes, some of those will be in the sets, but it's clear that we're going to continue to get Gen 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like, we're going to continue to get all the gens of Pokemons within these eras, So I think people will learn, or they have already. Can I get one at MSRP? Well, What are you talking about? The hat? The hat, I think the hat was like 20 something dollars on Amazon. So you should be fine. I'm in Queens, but I'm in Flushing. Oh, not bad. I'm in Forest Hills right now. I'm originally from Corona. Facts. Yeah, they move in. Yeah, it's hard. It's just hard to let go of some of my boxes, but on the other side, once I get money in my hand, I'm like, wow, this is real money, not just a number in my collector. I am still a bit sad. Listen, I've contemplated that myself because when I look at my display, like I actually love the way that it looks. Like I genuinely do like it, and I know that at some point it's gonna suck. But I also know that at some point I'm gonna take some profits and I'm gonna take the rest and put it into more product, and I'll have a display once again that I'll be holding for years on end again. And hopefully I can keep that cycle going. So it'll keep me still involved in Pokemon. It'll still keep me happy while still being profitable. Hopefully that's exactly what you're doing. If not, that's okay. Maybe you just want the profit. That's okay as well. Either way. Liquidity is the biggest factor with PSA. The slabs are outdated, but nostalgic. Well, it's that. The thing is that with the money that's involved in PSA, I don't think people are. It doesn't even matter anymore. Like there's just so much money involved in these cards that people are not willing to put that aside. Can you imagine owning, I don't know, a gold star Rayquaza in a PSA 10, and then everybody decides PSA is no longer king? Are you willing to let that go? Are you willing to allow the value of that card to diminish somehow because it's in a PSA slab and it's no longer the top? Yeah, I don't think so. I think you're going to fight as much as possible to keep the value up. And that's what all those people are doing. All those people with the first ed Charizards, whether it be regular Charizard or a first ed Shining Charizard or the Gold Star cards, none of those people will fight tooth and nail to keep the value of those cards afloat. There's no way they want those cards to diminish in value, right? Look at the Pikachu Illustrated that just sold. Imagine that. PSA is no longer king. I think that guy would cry. I think that guy might cry. You know what I'm saying? So just one thing to like, it's really that, and for that reason alone, I think PSA is going to continue to be king. It does suck that it's like that because I feel like if every company is just as stringent as PSA, if not, some others like Beckett are more stringent, then you should value those cards correctly. Like I feel like there's these a lot of these cards, I feel like they're undervalued. The name on that shouldn't matter if the quality is the same. Like I really, especially with cards, right? Because the cards aren't changing. It's just that stupid paper label on top that's changing, not the quality of the card. The quality of the card can still be there, right? With a different label right above it. So that's just the way I see it. Agreed. Sasuke is my guy. Sasuke is a beast, but Sasuke is a beast. Naruto's a beast. My favorite. Like I love Naruto. Like I do. Like just him as a character. He's the main character. He clearly just nothing can stop him. He is the best. Um, but I really, really do like Itachi. I really do like Itachi. The way that he just sacrificed himself, basically. He sacrificed himself for Sasuke to live. He sacrificed himself to make him stronger. So, and also Jiraiya, my boy, man, Jiraiya. I was so upset when he died. Jiraiya is the man. Uh, I've done the bottle opener. It is easy, but it doesn't always go perfectly. I'm no expert. It works, but always a risk. Yeah, right. 100%. I believe it. If that does happen to break, you might end up damaging that card real bad, and that would really suck. Just checking the score on the game. Knicks are up 88 to 86. Yeah, the Knicks winning at San Antonio would be insane. And Brunson just got fouled. Going to the line. Gonna bring my only PSA 10 to the card, 10 to the card show this weekend. I have a Japanese Mysterious Mountain First Ed Steelix. I don't even know what that is. I don't even know what that is. First. Okay. Is this it? Mysterious Mountains. Yeah, right. Oh, this picture looks horrible. I bet this looks way better in person. This looks horrible. These digital images do these cards no justice. Looks horrible, but it is. It's 630 and a 10. Not bad at all. Oh, this is English though. Oh no, no, but it's Japanese. It says Japanese, so I'm assuming that it is Japanese. Most recently sold in the seventh for $1,000 though. Right? This is an average, just 630. It's still going on with all the other averages. $1,000 the last two sales. Wow. Wow. That'd be something nice to unload. Yankees or Mets? Mets. I am born and raised in Queens. I'm also not very fond of just like just riding the bandwagon is what I call it because anyone my age, the moment you were born, and I'm 36, so if you aren't older than I am, and even so, it might be the same. But if you are my age and you're a Yankee fan, by the time you were born, the Yankees were already successful. I'm not like a fan of like that. Like it's like when everybody became a Golden State fan. Like you're not a legit like now that they're the greatest, you're a Golden State fan. Like you didn't even know who Golden State was. You know what I mean? So I don't like going for the best team out there that's dominating. I don't like that. I'd rather personally, I'd rather go for the underdogs. That's just me. I really like the underdogs team. I like the underdog stories. I like being part of the underdogs. Whenever I played baseball, I'd rather carry a team on my back than be on a team where, we're just stomping on everyone. It's just not fun anymore. The competition isn't there. Um, it's beautiful. It is what it is. Yeah, of course it looks better in person. I could tell that it looks like crap. I could already tell that's doing it no justice. It's if anything, it's hurting it so bad right now. It probably made everybody in the stream not want the card. Yeah, it looks of course. It's a shame it's so hard to find the NBA playoffs on TV these days. Really not cool. I think it's on Channel 5. Um, but we're in the championship now, so but I think it's Channel 5. Mets unsubscribing. Oh man, you gotta love the underdog story, bro. That's it, that's it, and I'm a loyal fan. Can appreciate that. I'm a loyal fan, and that's never gonna change, you know? Fellow Giants fan. Yes, I am a Giants fan. I am a Giants fan. You think you're better off selling silver or wait, you think you're better off selling silver like the metal or Pokemon cards to invest into more cards? I do believe silver will surpass 200 per ounce considering AI, GPUs, and solar, but is Pokemon a better play now? I'm not into precious metals at the moment. I know a lot of things have been like fluctuating. I know gold was up for a good while. I know that I was considering buying gold, like actual gold. I know that they sell them by the ounce. I was considering it though, but now that you're here talking about this, do you have other precious metals? Um, what other things in that sense are you like interested in? What are you doing at the moment? And how are you buying your silver? Is it a stock you're talking about, or is this like ounces, like I'm saying, like actual physical silver? Is that card a new cert? Because it's hard to get rid of those old cards with new cert numbers. I'm not sure. I think that new cert stuff is BS. I think the vendors really took advantage of the situation. I think the vendors made that a thing, and now you have a card that they deem as a vendor that they deem isn't as valuable anymore. And why should it matter if it's just PSA 10? Yeah, it's just for them to buy it at a lower value, of course, and I think it's BS. I really do. I'm a Tiger fan, but my other team is the Mets. Always been the Mets. I'm a bit older, and the '86 Mets were nasty. Also, me, Daryl Strawberry. Oh, you met Daryl Strawberry once. That's sick. He was such a cool dude. That's amazing. That's amazing. Good for you, man. I always wanted to meet Pedro Martinez. Pedro Martinez was a great player overall, and he did really good for the Mets, and he was well loved over here. And he knew it. He loved it. He says it all the time. They were great fans to him. Amazon one day, CBS another day, ESPN another. Yeah, yeah, that part is BS. That part is, I don't like that. The one that I hate the most is when they put a baseball game on Apple TV. I am not subscribing to Apple TV just to watch a Mets baseball. It's not happening. Apple, not happening. I'd rather get a hacked Fire Stick and watch it and be able to watch every single thing else that I want to watch as opposed to just watching the baseball game on Apple TV. Like, why else would I want Apple TV? It's nuts. Good man. Thinking of going to game what? Going to week 4 game against the Cardinals? Week 4. The game is against the Braves, that one that I'm going to. I don't know exactly what's special about that. I've invested into silver coins, first strikes. Since it was a lot cheaper per ounce, I'm just thinking if selling some to invest more into cards is the better. Yeah, that what's so tough is like what is silver peaking? I haven't been watching it at all. Is silver peaking? Is that something that's happening right now? You really gotta be watching the markets and seeing what's happening. Oh, the football game against the Card, but the Giants. The I'm not willing to go watch the Giants in person until they do better. Like they're really not doing well, and it's kind of annoying me. And then they out of nowhere like lose players, they get hurt. It's kind of frustrating watching the Giants. But yeah, Truba. Yeah, it all you got to determine that by whether you think silver is peaking right now or not, and then you can move your money from silver into something else. It doesn't matter if it's Pokemon or not. But if you're trying to, capitalize on your gains and or wherever silver might be, that's a whole different story. A lot of things are up though. Like I was looking into other stocks, like just Amazon, Microsoft. Um, what else? What else was I looking at? I was looking at other things. But everything is like up. Nvidia, and it makes it real hard to yeah, there you go. It was Apple, Microsoft, Alphabet, which is Google, Amazon, Meta, Nvidia, just all these things being up make it hard to buy into. So that's why I'm asking if silver is up because maybe that's what'll lead you to moving your money into something else, which would make sense. Um, I would assume you can't hold the silver forever. So the Knicks about to take game 1. Want to talk about underdogs? Knicks deserve a championship. They do. They do. So do the Mets. We were talking about the Mets. So do the Mets. Um, but yeah, the Knicks, they deserve it. Isn't somebody in the Spurs injured though? Jackson Dart got to stay healthy. See, so this is my issue with the Giants, and this is what makes me not even want to watch them. Steven, it is not going to crash. It was just a clickbait thumbnail because I've seen several other YouTubers have a conversation about this crash when I think that a conversation about a crash is not one bit relevant at the moment. I don't see a crash happening anytime soon. May we get a correction? May there be a summer lull? Yes, people go on vacation, so they're spending less money on these like luxury items like you know, Pokemon booster boxes for 600. Instead, they probably go on trips with their families, like a lot of people do. I just mentioned, I have one of my brothers on vacation. My father's on vacation. My other brother in about a week is going to go on vacation. My sister's on vacation. So yeah, people may spend money elsewhere, and it'll cause a little bit of a lull or like a little correction. It might happen. That's still not for sure. It didn't happen last summer. Last summer was booming, and then we ended up having a correction in around September through December. So um, it was definitely not what everyone thought was going to happen. But no, I don't see anything happening. It was just a clickbait thumbnail because people are talking about it, and it was just in my mind. It was like foolish. Like, why are they talking about this right now? But it is what it is. This is my first ever clickbait thumbnail. Do not hate me for it. I don't do it often. Like I said, it's my first one, and a lot of other guys do it way more. So yeah. So yeah, Fuzzy Squirrel, Jackson Dart got to stay healthy. So one of the things that upsets me with the Giants is that for some reason They have decent quarterbacks, including Eli Manning in the back end of his career was still good, but they couldn't protect them. And they keep using their picks for other things that aren't protecting their quarterbacks. And none of their quarterbacks can really run. And even if your quarterback can run, if you don't protect him and you're just like letting him run all the time, he's gonna get hurt. He's gonna get hurt, whether it be a concussion, whether it be some kind of other injury, bodily injury, whether it be like some kind of a joint or tearing a muscle. Like they're prone to do that. They're football players. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't protect them, it's just not going to work out. And for some reason, the Giants keep investing into other things that isn't the offensive line. I don't know if it was a joke, but at work I heard the Giants got Odell Beckham back. Please tell me that was a lie. Please tell me that was a lie, because that would just solidify me being so upset with the Giants right now. Um, I'm also going to bring the Larias 95 from Dragon Frontiers. I think I've seen that one recently. I think I have seen that one recently. Is this the one that I saw somebody selling on Facebook? This is not the one. This one is $1,500 in a 10. This is a really nice card. This is a really nice card. Oh man, I bet this. You see it. It sucks, man, because these digital images do it no justice. I was just gonna say, I wish I could see it in hand. I wish I could see it in hand. You know, but there are several Larias cards that I saw listed on Facebook by me. Brother trying to be a Raiders fan. I watch all the games and cringe. Oh my god, that's tough. I remember when there was this guy, like he lives here. Like this is odd. When you live in New York and you have somebody who claims to be a fan of like the Jaguars, and you're like, what? Why? And then the Jaguars have like some spark. They start playing well a little bit, and this person is all excited, and then his dreams are crushed. It's like, why? You're not even from there, and you chose to be a fan of them for what? Out of nowhere, like at what point in your life? Try being a Lions fan. First team to go 0-16. Yeah. You know what was special? You guys have had some good quarterbacks, though, man. Like Andrew Luck was amazing. Like he was balls to the wall, and I love that about him. Calvin Johnson was amazing to watch. Um, the Giants haven't been doing well for a very, very long time. It's been a good while, and they just keep making bad decisions like left and right. So I feel you, man. I feel you. I gotcha, because I don't see it, especially with the Rayquaza set coming and the 30th anniversary as well. I think the 30th, I don't really think is going to be too crazy. I think botters and resellers are really going to take advantage of the market, and everything's going to be really expensive. But I think the real play here for like people who are accumulating or investing will be that Rayquaza set. That'll be the one. Rayquaza set's going to go crazy. I'm hoping that people just focus on the 30th and they don't focus on the Rayquaza set. But we'll have to see what happens, man. I don't think it's going to be that easy as people hope it is. It's just like when people thought, that certain sets were going to take heat away from Ascended Heroes. I don't think so. I think the hottest sets are going to just stay hot. And if that Rayquaza set is done right, oh my goodness, is there another? I'm wondering, is there another Dragon Pokemon that has a Mega version aside from Rayquaza? Because if there is, what if they ended up in that set? Is there a Mega Salamence? Am I wrong? I don't have a pro team. I'm a Gator. Never lived in a big city. Just like watching it. My cousin was a quarterback for the Steelers a long time ago. So that's neat. That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. He probably knows some people. That's pretty cool. How about them Cowboys? Oh man, of course you got to bring up the Cowboys, right? Because they're the rivals. I mean, the Giants have like several rivals. It's like everybody wants to be the Giants' rivals. Um, but the Cowboys ain't doing anything anyways. Cowboys always get close and blow it every single time. We did draft CC on the O line. Yeah, first round pick, and it's the last draft. Yeah, I do know that, but still, it's been years. It's been years that we've needed an O line, and look where we're at. Like it's still not enough. Like I don't know. Oh, it's a PSA 9. Even so, the card is still really nice though. What is it in PSA 9? 643? No, sorry. 584. It's still not bad. What are the PSA 9 sold listings? PSA 9 recently sold on the first for $731. 787 before that. So, yeah, not bad at all. Not bad at all. Uh Luck was a Colts. Oh my god. Well, yeah, even worse for you then. That was Stafford then. My bad. It was Stafford. Stafford was still good. Luck was amazing though. I still liked watching Luck. Um, I picked up a few Rayquaza a couple months ago for pretty cheap. Yeah, before they were pretty cheap. Just thinking because Rayquaza has been taking off. I remember buying for absolutely no reason. I bought a bunch of those Crown Zenith Rayquaza Sword and Shield promos for like $2, and now they're selling for like 15 or $20. It's so funny how this stuff happens. I just thought to myself, it's a legendary Pokemon. Let me start buying. There was one other card that I was supposed to buy more of, and I bought like a few, like two or three, and then I completely forgot about it, which was my fault. And now it's much more expensive than it was before, and it's the Crown Zenith Latias, which I love that card. That's a beautiful card. And over time, I think it'll age well. I think it's gonna have a good PSA 10 value, even though it was easy to pull because it's Crown Zenith and the hit rates were good. I think that eventually that card is gonna start aging because it's Latias and people love Latias. Latios, that's true. Latios. Well, Dragonite already came out and ascended. I was trying to think of somebody who set that a Pokemon that had not been released yet in the Mega Block. But I guess Latios would be it. I wonder if they would put Latios with Rayquaza. Just speculating. Do you think they will even drop the Emerald Rayquaza set after Pitch Black, considering the 30th would be right around the corner? I don't know. I saw a list on Twitter that showed the Rayquaza set coming out before the 30th, but we have Pitch Black coming out in 2 months, which puts us in wait, because this came out towards the end of May 29th, right? I think Chaos Rising officially released. I don't know, May something. So Pitch Black should be out in July. 2 months after that, September, and I think the 30th is coming out in September. So that means we should be getting uh the Rayquaza set in November, and then Aurora Seeker, I think in January. I think. So that'll be the next high class set, which would be the set that falls in place of Prismatic and Ascended Heroes. So we'll have to see, but I don't think they're gonna do it before the 30th. I think they're gonna do it after. Dodgers and Angels fans, since I was able to watch games on my great grandfather's knee and listen to Vince Sully, and I'm always rocking a Brooklyn Dodgers because of Jackie Robinson. You know, I really hate that they're allowing the Dodgers to defer contracts because there are so many other teams that could never ever in their lifetime or ours or the next be able to ever afford the salary that the Dodgers team has added up to. And it's only because the Dodgers team, even though they have money, they're deferring all the contracts. A team like Kansas City Royals will never be able to do that. The Detroit Lions will never be able to do that. The Cleveland Indians will never be able to do that. That's absurd. I cannot believe that the MLB has not stepped in. The NBA has stepped in and not let certain players trade or sign onto other teams because they would be like too powerful. I don't know why, but they have done it in the past in the NBA, and the MLB doesn't want to step in and stop the Dodgers from deferring contracts and building this monstrosity of a team that's it's so dumb to me, and it makes the game boring. It makes the game absolutely boring. Like, where's the competition? Like, what's the point of watching? I don't get it. How much did you pay for a pitch black case? 1,400. It was 14. No, I don't mind. I don't mind that. Once the set released, I pre-ordered it at 1,400, which puts me at 233 per box, which is what we checked earlier. And that's they were pre-ordering at. A single box was at 233, and now, of course, they're not that anymore. Yeah, I don't mind. One of them was like $20 and already up to 35. Not bad. Yeah, the Rayquazas are taking off, man. And they still have time to appreciate. Like they're gonna continue on. It's so hard though because it's like almost aside from some of these really like lackluster promos, like the Crown Zenith promo actually doing well right now, it's still a lackluster one. And now the really nice looking ones are all really expensive. So it makes it really hard. Silver is a long-term investment to hedge against inflation. Buy 1 ounce of silver every paycheck and forget about it. Once you get enough silver, trade into gold. I was gonna say, like I mentioned earlier, I have considered buying ounces of gold. So when gold does take a dip, I might even run over to Costco because Costco has the ounces and buy an ounce of gold and just put it away. And for me, it's like so easy to forget. Like I'm not. This is why I tell you guys, like, if I ever have a sponsor on my channel for the collector app, for example, it'll just be for the sponsor if I feel like doing it. But in reality, the truth is that I don't believe in the collector app because the collector app makes people nervous. They sit there and watch the collector app all the time and just worry nonstop about how much their portfolio has dropped in price or risen in price. I'm holding for long term, and for that reason, I'm not going to watch the collector app next week and the week after that and the week after that. It's just not happening. If I buy into a stock, and if I buy into, um, I don't know, Microsoft or one of these really big companies that's going to be around for a long time, I'm going to buy that thing and not look at it. I'm going to ignore it. Same thing for the S&P. If I buy into the S&P, I'm gonna ignore it because the S&P isn't something that really gives you the most insane gains in the short term, but it does do really well in the long term. So this is the same way that I view Pokemon. I'm not gonna sit here and worry about what it's gonna do in a week or a month. I'm not, you know. But 100%, I agree with you. Maybe be like a Roaring Sword remake. I wouldn't complain. A Roaring what? Roaring Skies, you meant? Um, I mean, I guess but the way they've been drawing cards as of late, like it just gets better, right? It's always going to continue getting better. Artists are going to continue to get better. I mean, at some point, I think, what, I'm going to take that back. They're going to keep getting better. And I can only imagine what this next Rayquaza card is going to look like. Like this thing might be absolutely absurd. Doesn't mean they still wouldn't add another Dragonite. It's possible. Yeah, it's not wrong. I was just trying to think of another one because it's like we did get the Mewtwo in Destined, and we got the Mewtwo in Ascended, but at least it was in two different eras, right? One in Scarlet and Violet, and one in the Mega era. But I don't know if they'll add another Dragonite within the same exact era, but it's possible. There's nothing stopping them, right? We have more than one Charizard in the Scarlet and Violet era. We have three, actually. We have no, we have four. We have the Obsidian Flames Charizard. We have the 151 Charizard. We have the Paldean Fates Charizard, and Phantasmal's Mega. So three: 151, Paldean Fates, Obsidian Flames. So it's possible, definitely possible. Damn, I'm missing Shohei. you know, he's actually he is actually good. Is he the best player we've ever had all around? Probably because he can pitch. But it's also so new. Like it was never a thing to pitch and hit, to allow it the way that they're allowing it with him. Like he's a DH. There's no other time where a pitcher did that. Aside if you go all the way back and talk about like Babe Ruth. So that's a whole different thing. In the future, I think that might become more popular. But he is really good. He throws really hard. He's got some nasty stuff. He doesn't have the nastiest stuff, but the fact that he throws so hard makes his stuff look that much better. And he's a pretty good hitter. Pretty good hitter. Shosan, what's going on? My name is actually Shohei. Oh my goodness. Dodgers are the new age Yankees buying championships. Yeah, but it's different because the Yankees didn't defer their contracts. And these guys are deferring, so that they're basically signing these guys with money that they don't even have right now, or they're not deploying right now, allowing them to deploy it into other stuff or other players, which is crazy. Yeah, MLB goes by market size. LA and New York have the biggest for sure. Dodgers have built their system for the last few decades. If you're not aware where the team was in 2010, 2015, the Dodgers have earned this. They just so happen to sign the best player. No, it's not. First off, baseball doesn't get won by one player. You already saw it. Shohei was in the Angels and they did nothing. It's not just one player. It's multiple players. They're deferring multiple contracts. They don't have one player. They've got tons. They've got a ton of good players. You guys took Edward Diaz. You guys got Freddie Freeman. You guys have Shohei. You guys have Bueller. You guys have. I mean, it's just crazy. And a lot of these contracts are deferred. They're not actually deploying that money. Don't hate the player, hate the game. Well, it wasn't a thing though. This is what I'm saying. This wasn't a thing. If this was a thing, then every team would have been deferring contracts. And then that means the Dodgers wouldn't have this team because the opportunities would have been elsewhere as well. So, and once again, they're not literally spending that money; they're deferring it. This is contracts getting spread out throughout the years of the future. They're not paying them right now. Interesting. Well, you're upgrading from silver to gold for sure. People are doing this with Pokemon. You know. Oh, the next one. Game over. Next one. Next one. Let's go. Let's go. I don't know, man. Can they take if the Knicks take game 2? I don't know how San Antonio is going to take it over here. I do not know. I don't care that they have Wemby. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't use collector at all. It seems like a pain. Oh, Trubot, you said you're in Flushing. Where are you buying your silver? Let me know where you're buying those ounces of silver. I'll definitely be looking into that. I don't use collector at all. It seems like a pain in the ass. Too much else to do, and it would take too long to put all my stuff in there. I don't like. Yeah, it's just, bro. It just scares people. There are people. Some people are they struggle with things like investments, and that person that struggles with those investments are going to struggle even more when they look at it on an everyday basis. And there are people that look at it every single day. Every single day. Look at the Mets payroll and complain about bro, I'm telling you, the Mets are not deferring. I'm not saying the Mets are not dishing out a lot of money. I'm not saying that. Even though we have a lot of stupid injuries, they are dishing out money, but the Mets are actually paying the money up front. They're actually paying the contracts. They're not deferring. That's a very totally different thing. Yes, other teams can defer as well. Yes, they did spend it. They still didn't defer though. What I'm saying is that deferring shouldn't be a thing. If you can't afford the player, you shouldn't have the player. The Mets can clearly afford Juan Soto. And there's a lot of things happening within the Mets that are real stupid. A lot of drama within the team chemistry and all that. Like, I don't know. They're acting like girls, in my opinion. No offense to any girls out there at all, but they're acting like asses, to be honest. Lindor hasn't been getting along with some people. I don't know what the drama is there. Like, I don't get it. Play baseball. Like, I don't understand how you could play a game, make millions, and complain. Like, I would have loved to have done that. Like, I would have. That was like a dream of mine. Like, you're playing a game and you're gonna come on. I don't get it. But yeah, other teams can defer as well, but it's clearly not the same. It's clearly not the same. At some point, you got to pay up. And somebody like Kansas City would not be able to do it. I just feel like if you can't afford them, you shouldn't be able to have them. That's it. Yeah, look at silver to gold ratio. That's how silver investors switch between silver and gold. Silver goes up, the ratio goes down. That's when you trade into gold. I have 2 basic Charizards. One I consider LP on the back. The front looks clean. I'm a little scared to grade it. What should I do? The second one has a couple of scratches in the front. I mean, why are you afraid to grade it though? I mean, if you grade it, and I mean, what's the value? What's the raw value in comparison to, let's say, the PSA 8, right? Because it's vintage, and it seems like they grade it a little weird when it comes to vintage. They don't grade the same, and you're saying it's LP already. So what's the value of a PSA 7 or a PSA 8 compared to the raw value, and then determine it by that? And it just doesn't hurt to slab the card. You can always get it unslabbed. You know what I mean? Like, if you really wanted to, somebody can do it for you. If you don't want to break it yourself, or crack the slab yourself, like it's not going to hurt you in any way. So I wouldn't be afraid of doing it at all. As a kid, we all pitched and hit. They just started. You know what? This is where this one I'm going to disagree on, and I'll tell you why. I had an experience, and I'll tell you. I remember seeing it happen. It's not too hard to do both. Look at the CGs people use just to throw. Okay, so when I was younger, I would say, how old was I? I was 15. I remember. I mean, I guess other days you can pinch hit. I mean, you could DH and all that, but I remember I was pitching and I was hitting in the very, very same game, and this was a freaking problem. There was 2 outs. I come up, I hit a triple. They instantly get a base hit, bring me in. The next guy instantly grounds out. Bro, I had 10 seconds to get my win back. When I got back on that mound, I was struggling so much to pitch because I was so winded from the triple that I had just hit. That was a horrible experience. I actually opted out of hitting, even though I was a good hitter, because I knew what it was doing to me while I was pitching. Now, would I hit outside of pitching? Like, yes, I would. But hitting and pitching in the same game is absurd. Yeah, you could definitely do it, but it's also a thing, right? Like, it's weird. There's like a stigma. At around that age of 15 and 14, it wasn't necessarily like I did this in my summer league team, but then in my high school team, it was already like predetermined by the coach that, like, if you're a pitcher, you don't really hit. Maybe it's an old school mentality, and maybe it's becoming more popular now. But back then, people that were pitchers, like whoever was a pitcher, wasn't put in the lineup to hit. It just wasn't a thing before. So I don't know. Maybe it's something that's actually changing now. So it could be a thing. But back then, a lot of the guys were instantly just labeled as pitchers, not hitters. So, hey, I mean, Shohei brought in more money. Yeah, for sure, for sure, for sure. That's the game plan. That's the game plan. You're not only generating money within the U.S. What about those Japanese fans? Why, like, tuning into your games all the time? That was a clear way to make a ton of money. Oh, you're in Florida, bro. I thought you meant Flushing. I paid $1,079 for the case. Nice. That's beast. I can share a screenshot site if you don't share. What? It's not available anymore since they marked it up, but normally it has a decent pre-order prices. I mean, you could share the site. I would love to buy from that site if they have pre-order prices like that. Share the site. You'll be helping me and 18 other people just buy into some beautiful opportunities at some point, which really won't make a difference for them, at least. I mean, I would definitely look into that site, whatever it is. I would definitely appreciate it if you sent it, because of everything going on with PSA, as you just see in the price hikes. I mean, you can hold out. You don't have to upgrade right like today. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't. There's nothing to rush. Like, I don't know. I'm unlike a lot of other people. I don't rush into things. If PSA isn't accepting orders, then I'm not submitting. And I don't want to pay that $80 price point. Sorry, per card. I don't even know what the grade's going to be. And then they're going to hit you with the insurance cost, right? That's what they call it. So I would wait. It won't hurt if you wait. Or if you are willing to pay the $80. Like I said, I don't know what the multiple is. I haven't even looked at the card. What kind of charge card is it? I forgot what you said. Is it a first ed? Let me know. I already forgot. Is it a first ed? Let me know. Shadowless, whatever you want, whatever it is. Let me know what it is, and we'll just look it up real quick. Just because I'm interested now. I play football and wrestle too, and the wrestling match will give you a cotton mouth that you'll never knew possible. And I'm a little older than you, so things were a bit rougher. Yeah. I mean, I'm 36, and even throughout my time, things were rough. Like, I remember so in high school, there was one specific marking period that as a team, we did really bad. Like, really bad, even though historically the team did well when it comes to like academics. But In this, I don't know why this happened, but as a team, we failed a total of 45 classes. So our coach proceeds to think that the proper punishment would be 45 laps around our track field, which is essentially our baseball field. It's like an all-in-one track field, softball field, soccer field, baseball, you know. So it was 45 laps around the track field or on the track. And as we are circling, as we're circling, he starts hitting baseballs at us. Just to give you an idea of how old school things still were when I was in high school. You know, these days you'd probably go to jail. You'd probably get sued and jail, and then probably maybe sued after, and maybe the school gets sued too. But he was hitting like line drives. He was like actually trying to hit us. This was his way of punishing us. So it's funny, but yeah, I don't doubt it. I actually wanted to wrestle. The wrestling coach like was interested. There was a team trying to recruit me, but my baseball coach was afraid that if I did wrestle and I was a pitcher, he was afraid that I would like damage my arm or my shoulder. He says there are a lot of injuries in wrestling, so he didn't want to let me do it. Go look up Titus O'Neil. He was who I went against for 3 years. Titus O'Neil. Oh, I've definitely seen this guy before. I've seen this guy before. I've definitely seen him before. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool. I'll tell you who we faced in high school that you might know. Dylan Betances. He was a Yankee. Eventually became a Met. We faced him in high school. He no hit us. It was just too much for a high school team to face 95 miles an hour at the time. And it was just something new. You're not accustomed to it. Everybody's throwing like 85 on average or low 80s in high school sometimes. I mean, these days people are throwing harder. These days velocity means more than anything else. These days you don't have to have the greatest curveball, changeup. Everybody's trying to throw their arm at you like, and back then it wasn't like that. But that's pretty cool. Fuzzy, where are you from? You said you missed Shohei. You think Pokemon card crashes after the 30th? Hell no, bro. This was just uh what do you call it? A clickbait thumbnail. Burger, I'm sorry. I apologize. It was just a clickbait thumbnail because I've seen a few videos about people talking about this crash. And I think that it's not a relevant topic right now. I think that we're nowhere close to a crash. And this is like the fifth time I'm saying this. It's my first ever uh clickbait thumbnail, which is funny because everyone that like knows me is probably confused about the thumbnail, but it was just clickbait because it was just about the conversations that I've been seeing. Base set. So real quick, I just want to see now. Yeah, so instantly just looking at these prices, grade. Instantly just grade it. Right? Where how do you like where do you lose here? You know what I'm saying? Like you really don't lose. A 7 is $710. A 8 is 1,000, you know, and we're looking here. You're calling it MLP, so I'm not talking about 9. It's vintage and they're a little weird with the vintage. So I'm saying 7 or 8 and it's above what is the raw values? And I'm not going with this. Let's see what has been sold as of late. 191. That's HP. Watsy. 566. One sold at 710, which is the PSA 7 value, one at 800. It says amazing condition. This could have been near mint. I think you're fine grading, bro. I don't think you have anything to lose um outside of that insurance cost that PSA has. I think you have no problem grading your base set Charizard and just seeing what you get. And if you want to sell it, you can. It is a grail for a lot of people. If you happen to just keep it, by all means, keep it. You know, enjoy your card. Um, but I don't think you lose out at all. And raw TCG is 535. Yeah, I also like looking on here because these are eBay sales, and eBay is more of an open market as opposed to TCG Player. TCG Player is a little controlled, right? You have that market price. People either sell at market price or sometimes slightly above or slightly below, and it really stays around that number. But on eBay, you see how prices really fluctuate, and you get to see um, different listings and how people are buying, whether it's auctions, and it's just more of a like free world there. So I like looking on eBay sometimes because when you sell that slab, you're not going to sell it on TCG Player. You're going to sell it on eBay most likely, right? So just my thought. Yeah, well, yeah, you said base set. But yeah, that's what I do. Do you have an email address? Yes, I do. I think it's on my YouTube profile. No, let me just go to my page. I think if you were to scroll, I mean, if you want to send me something, you can find me on Instagram. I'm just gonna double check to see if my email is on my page. Does it show it for you guys? Even actually, my Instagram link is on my homepage. I'm just gonna double check. Instagram, does it bring me? It should bring you right to my page. Yeah, 100%. I need to change my logo on Instagram as well. So yeah, if you go to my homepage, right, and you want to contact me, you can just go on the links that are right here. I thought no. Oh, see, it says see if this comes up for you. It says view email address. See if that comes up, and it should come up because I've had several people contact me. Like I've actually had several people trying to like I guess do some kind of a promotion, or I was actually recently offered a office like computer desk, one of those automatic ones that rise up and down, but I don't have the space for it. The damn thing is like 6 feet long. I don't have the space for that desk. I was also offered this other chair. It's a chair. It's like 500 and something dollars. Um, and the chair looks nice. But what sucks is that this chair that I have, I just bought like 3 weeks ago. But the big difference is that this chair was 200 bucks. That one is like 500 and something dollars. But this chair I have feels so damn good. This chair is like so comfortable. Um, Let me just look this thing up real quick. Here we go. These are the people who contacted me. So it's got to be visible to you at some point because multiple people are finding me. Some that I'm like ignoring because I'm not going to bring on a sponsor into my channel that I don't believe in. If I would not use it myself, if there's an app, there have been like several like websites that have contacted me. Card Tracker, and a few like three of them have contacted me to sponsor. But like I tried to use the website, they don't function well. And I don't like it. So that means I wouldn't use it. I'm not gonna put it on here. But yeah, if these guys can find me, so can you. These guys are the ones that found me. They're offering me this table right here, right? It says 3 stages lift from 24.4 inches to 50, 30% water range, 2 stage systems fitting users from 3'2" to 6'5", because you can actually work on this standing, is what they're saying. Quiet dual motors. As you look into like other, like I wanted to see a review, like a video, supposedly this thing can lift like 300 pounds, which is absolutely insane. So they're offering me like for free, they want to offer me this table with a affiliate link that would give me 10% back. And then the other thing they're offering me is this chair, the Sentinel Pro gaming chair. This chair is like 500 and something dollars. It directs you to Amazon. Oh, there you go. 480. 480 for the chair. This is the chair. I'm considering taking the chair, making the video. It's a 90-second. They're asking for a 90-second integration video, like just putting it into the middle of one of my videos. I'm considering it. I get a free chair. I don't have room for the desk, even though I'd like it, but I don't have room for it. Depending on how comfortable this chair is, maybe I keep it and maybe I give this one away, or I just keep this one and give this one away to like a family member. And then that's that. But yeah, let me know if the email pops up. I mean, Instagram link is there. You can send me whatever you want through there. If you want to talk to me through there, you can. If you want to go even now in this on this video, like in this live, You should be able to access my Discord there. You can join the Discord. You can add me, PM me if you want. I don't have a problem with anyone PMing me. It's just so you guys know in the chat. There's no issue. In the Discord, I'm very active in there as well. If you want to join, um, everyone's free to join. We talk about everything: sealed investments, singles. Mostly people have been talking about singles because just sealed is so expensive. So it makes it that much harder for a lot of people to buy. But yeah, whenever opportunities come, people talk in there. And it's a really nice community in there, honestly. Everybody's always trying to help anybody out. There's never any animosity in that my Discord. Like I would not even allow that to happen in my Discord. So you remember Bobby Bonilla Day? Yeah, that was the stupid day. But hey, what are you gonna do? I mean, I think a lot of people are afraid to defer as well with certain people because of Bobby Bonilla. But there's another. I think there was a foot. Wasn't there a basketball player that did that, and he was considered to be like a genius for doing it? I can't remember. I think there will be a pullback. To be honest, everything skyrocketed. Can't continue like this forever. 100%. There's always going to be some kind of correction. The market's going to do exactly what it does. It is going to fluctuate. Things may rise, drop 10%, depending on what happens in the summer. Things may be a little different because people want to sell, so they start undercutting each other and things like that. So, yeah, we might have some kind of a correction during the summer. I am hoping for it. I'm ready for it, as a matter of fact. But it just sucks that the Charizard, I mean, sorry, Charizard, the Rayquaza set and the 30th are beyond the summer where we're expecting the lull to be. And there's no way, even though, sorry, I'm actually getting really tired. Actually, it's 11:35 and I got to get off real soon because I got to be up at 5 for work. So I'm actually going to end it off real soon. But even though last year we had that correction during September, we're not going to experience that this year because the 30th it's releasing in September, and 2 months later we're getting the Rayquaza set. So that's not happening. So if there is going to be a lull, the best opportunity, or at least the best chance you have at that, is the summer. So you'd have to hope that that actually happens. Um, and that's a whole nother thing, right? I don't know what's going to happen. Last summer we didn't have a lull, so we don't even know what's going to happen. We'll have to sit and wait. Bobby's still getting them checks. Genius on his part. Yeah, there was. I swear that there was other players that did the same thing, and they're doing really well as well. Brilliant, really smart part of his contract. I hope his agent got paid for that. Probably did. That amazing listing, that Amazon listing is not what? Yeah, I use price. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I use the eBay. I use the eBay stuff to purposely look at what the market's doing on its own without something controlling market price. But I use both. I do go back and forth. I don't just use eBay. I use. I say it all the time. I use every site for what they're good for. I like to use price charting mostly for slabs, right? But I do like to look at the eBay sales as well. I like to see how they're performing, how people are listing them, and how people are buying them. Like what do they really feel it's worth if it's LP on eBay? Because at the end of the day, that's really still the market. Now, TCG player is totally different. Of course, you have different price points all the time between the two. There's usually price discrepancies there. But yeah, I use them both. I mean, if you watch my videos, you'd see I use TCG player like 99% of the time. So, but yeah, I just try to use every site for what I believe they're good for. Um, Japan has been Dodger turf since the 90s, and no more madness. He had some sick Air Max trainers. 90s had some of the best kicks. Yeah, some of the OGs. I bought a Herman Miller from a dude for $200 because he didn't know how to replace a cylinder. Took me 10 minutes and boom, a 2K chair. That's that's so crazy. That's crazy. But yeah, they're offering me that chair for free. Get the chair and make room for the No, well, they offer me one or the other, so it's not both. Get the chair and make room for the desk, or get it for your room. You'll have it in the future. I mean, it's big, and apparently it weighs like 100 pounds. The chair, the table. Sorry, but they're offering me one or the other. They're not offering me both. But I think I'm just gonna get the chair. I think I'm gonna put it in the living room, and record all the way around the chair. They wanted like a 90-second clip in the middle of one of my videos, and I get to keep the chair. I'll get an affiliate link if people like it and they buy. I get 10% back, my 10% to me. I wonder. I watched another review somebody else made, and clearly this company contacted them at some point as well. And apparently, when he was doing his little video, he said they wanted my honest review, so I'm going to give it to you. Now, if they really want my honest review, I'm going to give you guys my honest review. And if you guys decide to buy the chair, then you guys buy the chair. I would not tell anyone anything different, but I will look forward it like I don't know. I'll look into it because I just don't like the idea of putting something on my channel that I would not like myself. And if they tell me to give them an honest review and it sucks, I'd rather tell you guys that it sucks instead of telling you guys that it's good so that you could buy it just so that I could make some money on that 10% from the affiliate link. So that would not be worth it for me. But yeah, looking forward to putting 100 tins on the shelf this Friday. I got a pile of Gengar and Clefable tins. That's pretty cool. Reverend, what's going on? You made it so late, man. Where were you? You were watching the basketball game, weren't you? You were watching the Spurs lose? Go to sleep. I am, brother. I am, man. Can you hyper shield a Sam's Club exclusive Cosmos? That thing is already hyper shield, bro. It's already done. It's already done. Me and look, Rev just made it in here, and we talk about singles all the time. And Gengar, a hollow foil Gengar of any kind, is one that we talk about. Oh, that's true. I forgot. My bad. I forgot about that. You were at church. You were at church. Well, I would assume that went well. So at least there's that, right? Let's see. What is it? Gengar what? What's the number on it? I think you wrote the number, didn't you? 94. Oh, what am I doing? Yeah, this card right here. This is not the hollow. Where is it? Let me just write it in like this. Just Cosmos. Cosmos hollow. Here we go. Wow. Well, it's worth buying. You know what I have been buying? Something that I haven't even been disclosing on the Discord, not because it's anything special. It's just something that I've put in my mind that I want to keep buying as time moves forward. And that's the Greninja Gold Star. I bought 2 more in the past few days. This doesn't show my nothing. eBay. Does it show my? All right. It doesn't show my information. Good. See, there's one here I bought, one here. I bought this Eevee promo, random side duck and gold duck promo. So I'm gonna keep on buying these from time to time. If I find clean copies, this was a sealed copy. So let's see the original listing. It's sealed and it looks pretty well centered, to be honest. The left side looks a tad bit thicker than the right, but I think it's within the centering that we need. Top and bottom look perfect, and it is also sealed. So I bought it, and the other one I just realized instead of pressing back, I pressed X. But yeah, personally, I could easily buy these up little by little. I could easily put it into my rotation. But it is a Gengar, and it's look at it, 1,074. It's not selling that often though. That's the one thing to consider for grading purposes. There was one sale on the 9th, 1,724. Yeah, it may not be 1,724 in the future, but it's probably still going to be a pricey card just because it's a Gengar, right? It doesn't really deserve to be that price, but in this market, everything is insane. Hot take by the Dene IR. Thank me later. The Dene but the Dene is also a popular Pokemon. Like it has the cute factor, and people like it. This guy, I don't even know if this guy's still here. He said he was going to contact me, an email. I don't know if he got my email. He didn't respond. Well, we'll see. I was gonna rip another Chinese booster box, but guys, I'm actually genuinely tired. I'll rip it on my next live. I'll probably go live on Saturday. So I just sold that Hollow Gengar in a 10 for 220. No, you're lying. But you're not talking about the regular Hollow. We're talking about the Cosmos Hollow. Bought 3 today at 6. Bought what today at 6? The Dene? I think that the Dene is like a cheap illustration, isn't it? If that's what you're talking about. And I know you're talking about the perfect order of the Dene. I think it is like $5. I I was, I hate, sometimes I hate like sourcing on eBay and just looking on there. Um, I have considered just going here on TCG Player and buying a bunch. Like I would consider buying 20 in one shot. But then again, I know that whatever I get from here, from like TCG Player, is not going to be worth grading. You know what I do like? What I do like better than the Dene? I mean, I'm pretty sure they're both good. Is the Rowlet? I like this one better, just because it's a starter. It's a starter Pokemon. A lot of people actually like Rowlet, but at the same time, like I said, the Dene is really popular. It has the cute factor. A lot of people like the Dene too. I think both of those are plays, to be honest. I think buying up the Denes and Rowlets are plays. People have been buying up this Esper as well. Esper, look at this. Look at the buy volume. Insane. Last 3 months, 4,948. Last month, 2,505. Well over half of whatever we've had in the last 3 months, or just about half, actually. So people are buying the Esper. I never knew Esper had that much love, but I think people are just looking for an opportunity there because that's not a popular Pokemon. But when it comes to Rowlet and Dedenne, I think these two right here are good plays in reality. This one have been an even better play, but it's already $32. I love this card. I've been saying this since the beginning. I don't like Perfect Order, but I do love that card. The regular, yeah, the regular, that was the PSA 10 value for the regular at 229. That was the what? That was the 151 Gengar, I believe, right? You bought 3 the Denny's at $6, right? Someone say perfect order? Good, good. And your drunk wants his perfect order bags to start to rise, man. Starter, and I buy it too. Yeah, there you go. The Rowlet. The Rowlet's, it's fire as well. Integra, what's going on, man? Hope is well. Hope all is well for you, brother. Hope all is well for you. Thank you for the kind wishes, man. I'm actually just about to get off the stream. It's really soon gonna be 12 o'clock. It's late. I am exhausted. These guys just saw me yawn. Fuzzy Squirrel demanded I go to sleep because he saw me yawning. But yeah, man, everything is well. I can't complain. I hope everything is well for you guys as well. But yeah, tomorrow in the Discord, Rev, you'll see. I'll let you know on eBay. I'll let you know what I purchased on eBay tomorrow. I will buy up some Rowlets, some Dedenes, and maybe some more Gold Star Greninjas. I just think that the Greninjas, I don't know, guys. I cannot look past the fact that the Gold Star Greninja, first off, the card looks cool. One. Number two, it's a gold star. Yes, it has the celebration stamp, but it is the only version of that gold star. It is really hard to gem. We all know. And Greninja, once again, I cannot look past his popularity. He's such a cool design, even for me. And yeah, I'll try to talk less next time. No. You're good, man. You're good. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate all you guys being here. Thank you for talking. Without you guys, this is not possible, guys. Like I can't even do this stream without interacting with you guys. This is a give and take here. This comes from both sides. You know what I'm saying? This is how it works. It's been great. Thank you, Fuzzy. I appreciate you being here, man. But yeah, especially at work when I have some downtime, Rev, that's when I'm on eBay. As a matter of fact, what is the time difference between me and you? It's 11:47 here. What's I don't know what time it is for you, but if anything, I'll let you know in the morning in the Discord. Um, Stock up on singles to be ready for grading later. That's what I've been saying. All this stuff about this PSA submission stopping, CGC extending their wait times, tags stopping their cheap submissions. Forget that negative noise. Forget about it. Grading is not going away. Keep pre-grading, keep getting your singles, and be ready for when they open up again. and hit them hard. That's it. And that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm sure Rev is going to continue doing the same. That's it. Great stream. Go get some sleep so I can too. All right, brother. We will figure it out. Let's go. 10:48. So I'm an hour ahead. So let's see. Tomorrow I'll let you know around I would say around 9 o'clock maybe. I usually start looking around 8, but that'd be too early for you. But I'm gonna let you know around 9 o'clock what I'm doing, or maybe around 10 o'clock, maybe even lunch, just to give it some time, But yeah, guys, I'm gonna end the stream here. I appreciate you guys being here. I really do appreciate it. Take your time buying. Don't FOMO into anything. Don't rush into anything. There's no need. I know people do it all the time, and it's hard not to FOMO, but Pokemon is going nowhere. Pokemon is going nowhere, guys. Fuzzy, peace. Have a good night. Like I said before, thank you for being here, guys. It was a great stream. I have fun. If I had fun, to me, it was already great. But with that being said, guys, like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. The Discord is in the description. You could join at any time. You're all welcome. And with that being said, peace. I'll see you guys on the next one.